you believe Twitch? Just, can you believe Twitch? We can never believe Twitch. Twitch is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We start stream, you think they're gonna run ads. No, they don't. They never run the ads. They just wait 5 minutes, 5 sweet minutes, when just as I'm like wondering, are they gonna run the ads? And then they finally run the ads. I'm like, okay, I guess we're sitting here for 3 more minutes, waiting for y'all to watch those ads. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this capitalism. Capitalism pervades everything, and it's terrible. How are you all? This is Chiaki Mitama, your cat goddess VTuber. Hello. How are you? We're a little tired, but we have like what, a 3-hour stream ahead of us as we talk at you. We're gonna talk at you about everything that's made us tired for the last 2 months, 3 months, 2 months, 2 months, not 3 months. Three months would be what? Yeah, 3 months would go back into like February. I think we reported on February. Yeah. Hello, how are you all? Hello, Emperor Parallax. Hello, kitties. Thank you so much for the 3 stream streak. That is so poggers of you to tune in for 3 whole streams in a row when we're so sporadic. Let's see. And then hi, Shog. Hello, me. Hi, Ruby. Twitch can indeed eat shit. Hello, Kinavira. Little DNC there. And hi, Tara. Hello, everyone. We did stream in February. We did stream. Thank you for that, Pats. Always. 36 months and 86 hot dog. Yep. All right. Delicious. So many hot dogs. Thank you so much. That's 3 years. You've been subscribed for 3 years. That's also like 4 babies. That's a lot of babies. That's a lot of years and babies. How the hell? How the hell? Wild. Okay.
Remember, things aren't on fire, fire is on things, until we meet again.
Of course. Things aren't on fire, fire is on things until... Yeah. Hello, Nikara. Oh my god, howdy. Oh my god, howdy to you too. Anyway, yeah, so this stream almost never happened, or did not happen tonight, because we were slated to do a thing at 1 p.m. And we were like, this is our one work thing. We're gonna do our one work thing, and it's gonna be really stressful, and we're gonna do it at 1 p.m. And then after we finish that up, it's gonna be like what? It's gonna take about an hour or something, whatever. It might not even take an hour, honestly. And then we're gonna, you know, take a rest, maybe take a nap, maybe go burrow under a hole somewhere and, like, you know, sob a bit. No, so we call this person up. And they're like, oh, I'm on the road. And I'm like, you knew I was gonna call you at 1. You knew we were gonna call you. What the hell are you doing? And he's like, oh, pet the ears? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're like, okay, well, you're driving somewhere. I guess we just caught you at a bad time, right? So obviously, you know, how long can it get where you're going? What, you're gonna drive like maybe half an hour, maybe an hour tops, right? Like, it's the Bay Area. Traffic's a nightmare. You can end up whining having to drive for an hour, and then once you find your parking spot, you gotta find a place to sit down and, you know, prop up your phone, etc., etc. So yeah, okay, sure, okay, fine. We'll wait an hour. Hour goes by, no call. 2 hours go by, and we're kind of like, is this person like trying to fuck with me? Because we're not on the best terms. We are not on the best terms. That's why we're like so dreading to take this call, because it's like, oh, this can be an opportunity where either of us can fuck with each other. And both of us could very well never want to talk to each other ever again. And so, yeah, it took this guy 4 hours to get back to us. 4 hours later, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was actually driving up into the mountains for the vacation weekend." And I'm like, "Oh, it would have been nice to know that instead of like waiting for you for like the last 4 hours." He's like, "Can we do it now?" I'm like, yes. It's not gonna take like more than an hour, right? Anyway, an hour and a half later, we're like dying. We talked about real estate. We talked about real estate for an hour and a half. Chat, have you ever talked about real estate for an hour and a half? Have you ever talked about real estate transactions and millions of dollars going through nonprofits to purchase property? We hope you never have. And we hope that if you do, it's for a very fruitful and, engaging discussion. Unfortunately, it was engaging for us. It was engaging for us, but also it was a lot. It was a lot to process, and we also had to take notes, and we had to pay attention because it's a one-on-one conversation, right? We can't just be like nodding off. And so now we get off that call. It's like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and we're like, shit. We haven't eaten dinner yet. So we hurry up and eat dinner, and now we're here. We're kind of exhausted anyway. If this ever happened to you, you hope it's not your own house, but also you will never own a house. Never dare to dream. Dare to dream. Always dare to dream to own property. If you're landed gentry, you get so many rights, like the right to vote. That's a right to that's a joke. That's a joke for now, right? It's honestly a joke for now, right? It has to be a joke for now. We'll see if that holds up next year. Anyway, yeah, so long week. Have we ever heard about the anarchists and private property? You know what's really funny? Shog? It's the fact that, like, we date like 3 anarchists, but also we're like the most likely to purchase and own property. How do you reconcile with that? How do you reconcile with the fact that we are a land-owning, horrifying, terrible capitalist? One day we're gonna be raked over the coals. We're gonna die, and it's gonna be for the better of mankind. But honestly, it's fine. We own land. Kind of cringe, to be honest. Possibly. Well, actually, we don't own the land. It's my parents. But it's gonna be mine one day, unless we lose it to the bank, which might happen, actually. Wonderful time living in this world. We don't own property yet. Let's hope we own property one day. Then it'll be really funny. Yeah. So anyway, we spent the last 2 months. Okay? Doing a whole bunch of things. And that's why we are here. You're here to learn about the fact that we have been in the mines for 2 whole months, and we have almost nothing to show for it except for this wonderful slideshow of photos that we've taken, and also to ensure that we get a tax write-off next year when we have to expense a number of things. There's still time to save our soul. What are we gonna do with this? Not live in our house? Move into an apartment that is owned by other capitalists? I think not. We will become our own landlord. We will invite other people to live in our property, and we will profit off of them. And then they will put me to the guillotine and will die. Honorable and rich, possibly. Or completely destitute because all of our land has been reacquisitioned. And, who knows? Who knows? The coming years will tell. You'll bear our sins, transfer it to your name, and you may, and we may remain untainted. What are you? We're not Tale of Two Cities this, okay? Okay? Unless you want to come in, like, as we're about to walk right up to the guillotine, like, you know, and make your noble sacrifice, I don't think that's gonna happen. Give you a good deal. That's see, why lend or why borrow when you can just, you know, own, right? That's the most important thing. It's the primary principle we live with on gaming PCs that are apparently now something that people want you to just borrow instead of actually own, because everything is expensive and terrible. What is everything is terrible. That is a good deal on head pats, you know, 200 points? That's not too bad. That's not too bad, honestly. Okay, hold on a sec. That's what we need to get rid of. We're getting rid of that. And instead, we're going to turn on this one! Haha! Haha! And then we're going to make ourselves small. There we go. And also, every time we click and move ourselves around, it's gonna delete this window. So we're gonna move this window over to our other monitor so that we can actually see. Haha, there we go. Now anyway. Oh. We will always be welcome in your RV, not part of a cult. Sounds like a cult to me. Anyway, welcome to Chiaki Crashed Out and Spent Too Much Money. Time to make it all a tax write-off. This is a stream where we show you things. And that way, they will become something we can write off in our taxes next year when we do them. Is that what we're actually going to do? Who knows? We might actually not, because some of these things are kind of dubious anyway. Not everyone who lives in a Winnebago is a cultist. Fair. Possible. True. Anyway. Boop boop. To start things off, just to let you know, we have bought ourselves an iPhone 17. We have bought an iPhone 17 for the explicit purpose of VTubing and taking photos for our job. This is what it will be used for. And therefore, this is a tax write-off. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? We just wrote off a cell phone. Yeah. Yeah. The downside to this, is we are actually holding to that. And this thing does not have anything inside it that we will use for our personal use, including the fact that it is a phone. We are not using it as a phone. We actually told our boss this, like, okay, we're taking photos with this for our, because it takes better photos than what we do with our regular phone camera, because our phone camera is garbage. But it turns out, our editor is just like, well, shouldn't you just attach your phone to it and use it as a phone? And I'm like, that is some lofty ass thoughts. That we're gonna actually use this phone as for its intended purpose, as a communication device. No, we're using it for the camera. Entirely for the camera. Anyway, woo, yes. We have a nice hand, we have nice nails. Thank you. We are princesses. On top of being, you know, a goddess, we are also princesses. We do not do anything. We do not do hard labor. Thus, our hands are very soft and very well maintained because no burden has ever crossed our hands. Told you about the nails? Yeah, that's true. We do want to cut them though because they are getting kind of long, and we fear we're going to break it on something very soon. That is a very likely possibility. Just so we're clear. Anyway, yeah. So we bought ourselves a nice iPhone. It is lavender. It's not quite pink, but it is thematically about where we want to be. Oh yeah, like the fact is, like the cheaper iPhone, what is it called? Like the S, the whatever S. There is like a pink version of this phone, and it's unfortunately not as good. I mean, it is fine, but we were like, we're buying this for the VTubing use. We want it for the great tracking. Also, fuck, man, this tracking is really good. We can really kind of just twist around. It's a really good camera. So anyway, yeah. You use a Pixel 10 base model. It's very blue. The Pixel's nice, and like the blue, it's a nice blue, right? We had the Google phone. It was before it became the Pixel, and they weren't bad. It's just that unfortunately, when you're VTubing, you can't actually use an Android phone. For whatever reason, VTube Studio's app is just non-functional. It's like the Apple tax. You just have to pay the Apple tax to competently VTube. And it's just like, why? But also, okay, fine. Sure, I'm trying to up my game. I'll just do it. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so we bought ourselves an iPhone for the strict purpose of VTubing and taking photos on the job. And we have taken a number of photos, and they turned out much better than our actual regular camera phone camera, which is terrible. But don't worry about it. Your VTubing dreams are dead before they began. Oh no. You can't use a web. Oh yeah, you can use a webcam. We've been using a webcam. We have been using a webcam before this, but the fidelity in terms of our model puppetage is really bad. This is much more fluid now. We actually can make faces, and it will like actually translate to things on screen. Whereas, like, you know, in the older, with the webcam, it was just like, I am talking at you. You are not going to notice that anything is wrong or anything is moving because all we are doing is talking at you. Ah. And that's no longer a thing. It's a lot more fluid, and it's a lot more intuitive, and therefore better. Hi, Soda. How are you doing? Okay. Anyway. So, with the iPhone story out of the way, and now being officially a tax write-off. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. It's so much more nicer. Look at this setup. This setup is so... We actually stopped using this setup because it was not as good. But I mean, honestly, we bought it for... Yeah, as we said, we bought it for VTubing. You're good. How are we? We're exhausted. But it's fine. Whatever. We're talking about tax write-offs now. Okay. Anyway. The other thing we bought is actually an iPhone. Thank you for the head pats in the water. Thank you for the stretch. Okay. With that out of the way, okay, here we go. We did buy also a MacBook Nano. They just came out. It's really... This one is actually pink. It's a very nice pink, by the way. And, or Neo? Neo. Right. We don't actually pay attention to names. We don't actually pay attention to things, but it's a Neo. The MacBook Neo. Like the Matrix character. We put some stickers on it. You can see our like girlfriend there, right? You can see our girlfriend there. Some anxiety stickers. Yeah, it's good. It's good. See, this is all we need. This one is mostly being used for our on-the-go work writing stuff. It's just there. We'll probably this one probably isn't write-offable because we have installed some games on there. We did not install games on our phone, but we did install games on our laptop. You left this Apple's ecosystem. It was nice though. I wanted to change. No, yeah, that's totally fair. The biggest and best reason why we were able to get into this right now is we have a friend who works at Apple now. We have friends in almost every sector of tech, or at least used to, and then a lot of people got fired or they left because of burnout. But right now we are lucky enough to have a friend at Apple who then gave us their annual 20% discount on their stuff. And so we bought ourselves a bunch of things at very cheap prices. No one's gonna check. Well, true. But anyway, yeah, it's good. I like this new laptop. It's very light. It's like less than 5 pounds, and it works pretty decently. People used to work on hardware, then the right to repair was destroyed. Now some of them work at Apple, and some of us transitioned. Exactly. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, we bought ourselves a new computer as well. Partially, and it was kind of time to do so. We did have a Razer laptop. We had the Razer Quartz laptop. Unironically, we had the most fucking pink aluminum, slim factor laptop out there. It's really good. The Razer laptop was really good. Unfortunately, it is now going on about 8 years old now. Yeah, it is an 8-year-old laptop, which originally began its life. It was running 10 when we got it, I think. But anyway, it upgraded to 11, and that was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. That thing should not be allowed to run 11, to be honest. Linux will save it, yes. Linux will save the interior components of the processor and all that, sure. The problem is, I think the bigger problem is that the battery is kaput. It's gone. It's bad. It holds a charge for maybe 4 minutes before fizzling. So it's not a very effective laptop to take anywhere outside of a place where you do not have access to a power plug. And God save me if my power brick ever dies. It is no longer a laptop. It is mostly a desktop that is very pink. Yeah. So also everything, like, it looks like jank. It looks like jank. All of the rubber underneath, that you put so that the aluminum just doesn't scrape everything, that shit is gone. There is a huge bulge from when the battery almost exploded the first time. We had to replace it with a second battery, and the second battery is now going bad. That thing is, for whatever reason, not very well designed in the battery department. And so we're not about to try and risk any further surgery on that computer, because no. And also it's 8 years old. We are ready to move on. We will keep it plugged in, and we will use it occasionally to play music or something. We can buy... No, actually, we tried that. We tried that. It did not work out. It did not work out. You think we can replace and repair things? Razer makes it a fucking nightmare to do it. And so... Not that Apple's gonna be any better either. But thank you for letting me know and trying to sort that out. We have already, however, purchased the Neo. And that is now our primary portable computer. And it is fine. It is fine. Our desktop is still Windows. This is still the Windows 11. We built this Windows 11. We hate Windows 11. It's only a matter of time before we start considering, what if we install Linux on our Razer laptop? That is probably going to happen. That is probably going to happen, and we're going to start experimenting with things. But that's when we have free time. When will we have free time? Never. Never. Anyway. Enough of that. We want to go eat Ethiopian. This probably doesn't count as a tax write-off, because this was just hanging out with friends and going to eat Ethiopian. But, like, honestly, this was like... This is nice. I want to tell you about Ethiopian food. If you've never had Ethiopian food, please try to find a place that does it, because it's so good. It had been... When was the last time? No, we went during COVID, so I think it's been about 4 years. The last time we've had Ethiopian was 4 years ago. Yeah. Let's see. Sleepy, good night. All right, good night, Parallax. Thank you so much for stopping by. You made the jump to Linux, and you're much smarter, and we're much smarter than you. We can do it. See, here's the thing. We've switched to Linux maybe 2 times, and every time we're like, fuck it, we're going back to Windows. We're always frustrated with Linux by some measure. Maybe the problem was that we keep installing Debian. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we should, like, not install Debian for once. Anyway. Yeah, so this was pretty good. We got some samosas. That's always good, right? You know, little pockets. And you eat with the little rolls of flatbread. Let's see. This is like chicken. Or no. Yeah, that's chicken. That's chicken, and this is also chicken. This is like a whole leg of chicken, actually. Which is like... It's really funny. So we went with some friends, and one of my friends doesn't like to eat much meat. She's very much like, I'm trying to cut back on meat. I only have meat like once a week, if at all. And my other friend isn't so beheld to that, but also refuses to eat chicken because she loves birds and she never wants to eat chicken. And so here we are, a cat, and we're just like, all right, well, let me just eat this whole chicken, I guess. And we just ate the chicken leg by ourselves. It was very spicy, by the way. Okay, thank you so much for the lurk. Yeah, chill out. Install Arc, join the Arc? We're thinking of Mint, actually. Who knows? We'll probably listen to our girlfriends who are we have like, what, 2 girlfriends who have installed Linux so far? I'm sure they'll tell me what to do. They'll tell me which one's the best one to install for porn or whatever. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, we got a bunch of lentils. Lentils here, lentils here. A lot of lentils. And then we did a split of like the you know, the lamb, chicken, beef, I think. Was there beef? I can't remember. But like, here's the meat, and then here's the vegetarian. Oh, and also mushrooms. You cannot go wrong with the mushrooms. The mushrooms are fucking good. Oh man, we demolished those mushrooms. Can't believe Linux is horny now. Hi, Ginoid. It's not like it's horny. It's more we are horny and need Linux to do horny things for us. It is like there is nothing inherently horny about a spatula, but depending on how you employ it. We're not going to finish that sentence. The 2 greatest needs, porn and OBS. That's really all it takes. And VTube Studio for me. Apparently, VTubing in, like, Linux is now semi-viable, so we'll figure it out one day. We were considering it, but also, that's so much work, y'all. Don't make me do so much work. Anyway, we had that. That was good. And the reason why we were hanging out and eating Ethiopian food is my friend had actually done a reservation to go have fancy tea, and had invited us to come along. So we did like 4 flights of tea, Chinese tea primarily, and it was really fun. We got to learn all about the different various teas, how they open up when you pour water on, hot water on them. Let's see, I think we tried, I believe we started with a yellow tea, like an oolong. I think we did, what was it? No, it wasn't oolong. I think it was I think we started with the Lushan Clouds and Mist up here, which was a very, very light one. And then we then did, oh shoot, okay, I know we did the Shanlin Si to Muhong, the red tea. I know we did a green as well. I think we did the Anhui yellow as well. Actually, I think we started with the Anhui yellow and then we did the Lushan later. And then we also did, shoot, what did we do? I think we did the Shanlin Chi as well. You love chrysanthemum? Yeah, chrysanthemum's really fun. We've done the flower teas before, and those are really pretty. These were a little bit more of the traditional variety, but it was still fun. It was a lot of fun because the people who were pouring the tea basically would sit in front of us and explain the teas and describe them, and like take time to let us smell the tea and all that. And it was really fun. So we got to experience it with a lot of like in-depth discussion. There we go. I'm just gonna put myself here for a second. Figure out like, oh, here's the tea. We're scooping it up, and here's the first pour, and it's like we got to really observe and smell and act really, really pretentious around the tea. We don't know if it actually like matters to do that. Like, honestly, maybe you just want to sip some tea and enjoy yourself and like are we for real just doing this many times? Like, are we going to seriously sit here and be like, yes, this is a much more complex smell. Maybe it wasn't warranted. Maybe the person pouring the tea is just like, what is up with these goddamn bitches constantly like making this a huge deal? It's just fucking tea. Who knows? Because I mean, honestly, the person pouring the tea was just kind of like, this is my job. And I'm like, that's fair. But my friend was really, really into it. So we kind of played along and was like, oh yes, the Lushan. Yeah. This makes so many, we understand so many things. A lot of green tea, red tea, discourse happened. We've mostly forgotten it. We were just along for the ride, just going, tea. Red tea is pretty pungent in our opinion. And our friend was more into the red teas, the darker teas, and it's like, this is what I grew up with, and I like these. And like, okay, cool. And I'm like, I'm more of a green tea. We like green tea. We like the very soft, but also smoky flavors. I don't think anyone really cared though. Yeah. Anyway, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Friends having tea together. A little tea party. Oh yeah. And then they like poured, so you know like the tea charms, they have like the tea charms, right? Like where you can just pour water on the thing. It doesn't do anything, but apparently it's just like for good luck and stuff. And like, this is like a nice, like, it's cool because they have an entire counter where you just pour water, the water and the tea out as needed. It was really funny also because like my friend who was introduced to this place was like, oh, if we don't like the tea, we can just pour it out here, right? And it's like, our hostess was just like, I mean, if it's bad tea, yeah, you can pour it out, but I hope it's not bad tea and you have to pour it out. I hope you enjoy and drink the tea. And we're like, oh yeah, of course. And I'm kind of like, given the small size of these cups, who the hell is gonna like pour them out? We're taking shots of tea. Who is that? Who does not like tea that much? Where it's like, oh, this is bad, and just throws it. Who does that? Apparently, my friend's cousin or something does that. You recently started drinking hojicha? That's a bomb flavor. Oh yeah, hojicha's pretty smoky. It's very smoky. I don't know if it's not like it's stuff that we'll definitely drink. I feel like it gets a little too deep for us, and we're just like, we feel like we're always fighting the hojicha flavor. It's like, oh, if only this was a tiny bit milder, we would enjoy it more. But it's not bad. It's a little too weedy for me though. Again, we just like the regular green tea. Green tea is like our favorite baseline, probably. Anyway, after having a bunch of tea, guess where we went? We went to go get more fucking green tea. This time matcha. Because my friends are unstoppable. They're like, anyway, now that we just had tea, it was even funnier. We're here like trying to sip these very refined, various Chinese teas, and we just had Ethiopian. We're like, all we taste is the Ethiopian. All we smell is the Ethiopian. All we smell is like the turmeric and the spices and whatever. But also, okay, let's have tea. And then after we finished having tea for like 2 hours, we decided, well, let's go get more matcha. It's like, all right. So we went to Umemori. They're in Berkeley. They're around like the campus. They're fancy. Not really like super fancy, but they do crepes, matcha crepes. The matcha crepes look pretty good. And they also do like matcha soft serve. They're all good. We got ourselves a strawberry matcha latte, which is like a pretty good drink. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed ourselves. Yeah. Oh, you missed the food from the bay. Oh, well, it's okay. I'm sure the rest of the world will catch up to our Epicurean wonders one day. You want matcha crepes now? Yeah, the matcha crepes look pretty good, actually. We just didn't get any crepes because we were like, also, by the time we got here, we were just like, you're seriously thinking of having a friggin' another dessert? Like, oh my god, we have been eating all day. We have been eating and drinking all day. And I'm just like, I will join you for a latte. That's all that I can do, because, like, yeah. But my friend had the crepe and it seemed pretty good. So maybe one day we'll go back if traffic isn't too bad. Traffic is never good in Berkeley, so we'll probably never go back, but it's fine. Maybe someone will invite us. Anyway, this is an unrelated date, but the next week after that, we wound up going to the Distant Worlds concert for Final Fantasy, featuring the music of Soken, primarily focusing on Final Fantasy XIV, the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, with an extended free trial of A Realm Reborn, as well as the award-winning expansions Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, and now including Shadowbringers. Join Eorzea today. And so it was really good. It was really good. We had not been to a live music concert, especially like a live performance of, orchestral performance, in probably like, man, years. Honestly, years. And it's so nice to actually listen to a concert. We've forgotten the joys of listening to music that is not through a headphone or some dinky speakers. But it was really good. Oh gosh, what did we really like? This concert honestly made me want to replay Stormblood. They did play the Stormblood theme, and it was really, really like, man, that shit hits. That shit hits hard. What else? They also did a storm. We can never remember the names of the songs. Was Flo one of them? With the singer. They got the singer. They actually got the actual singer from that Soken works with, and so she sang her solos, and it was really, really lovely. Quite the experience. And also, like, the battle medley was really good, because it was like Final Fantasy 7, 10, let's see, it was like Seymour battle, Final Fantasy 7 regular battle, and right, Final Fantasy 9 battle as well. It was like it was a pretty solid selection for battle music. And then they did like a whole entire medley of Final Fantasy 8 and 14. Yeah. No, 13. Sorry, 13. Which was really good. Made me almost want to play Final Fantasy 13. We're like, you know what we have never played and had no interest in playing? Final Fantasy 13. We should probably play Final Fantasy 13 one day. Maybe we should also play 12. Who knows? We kind of fell off between 11 and 13. And 14 for a long time too. We started paying attention again like when 15 came out, and we're like, but we paid attention in like the wrong way, you know? It was like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 15. It's the road trip. Unfortunately, and so like, you know, anyway, it was a fun time. It was a lot of fun times, and we went with one of our friends who we went to go have tea with, and the other friend was another friend from semi-work related stuff, and the three of us went to go see it. Unfortunately, the reason why we scored these tickets was because Lily was initially going to take us to this concert. And so Lily had purchased these tickets. But unfortunately, Lily and the other person who was coming along to see this this concert basically got work engagements. And they could not make it. Yeah. They were ironic. Ah! Hump, 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 hump. Hot dog. Anyway, that's probably in a sub somewhere. Who knows who subbed. Ah! Domino Ludrum, 11 months for 66 hot dogs. Hello! Welcome. And thank you. That's a lot of months. That's almost a year. And at least one baby. Hot dogs. Anyway, yeah, so Lily was ironically in not San Francisco, in California the same day we were in this concert. Unfortunately, they were like 30 miles south, 40 miles south, and doing a team building exercise, and unfortunately could not make it. So we Iridescence! You had half of a Costco hot dog on Wednesday. It was good, as always. Great for you. Thank you so much for the 41-month streak. 41 months! God damn. How are you all subbed so long? How have you all not unsubbed from me at this point? Why are we in a hype train? We have so many questions! That's like an elephant baby. Yeah. Yeah. Please don't remind you how time passes. Your birthday is a month. Month is this month, and it feels like it was 3 months ago. Oh no. It's okay. You're eternally youthful. You're still like, we don't know how old you are. You're still probably like 22. You're in the prime of your life. You're fine. Anyway, yeah, Lily was away, and unfortunately we could not. We had to make sacrifices, and Lily was willing to part with the tickets and let me take 2 friends instead of them deigning 2 people that they knew to take the tickets instead. So we enjoyed the concert a lot, but it was just like, it would have been better if we got to hold hands and be gay, you know? Matcha beer. Yeah. So anyway, that was the Tuesday. Also, who the hell holds a fucking concert on a Tuesday? Wild. Who does that? And we show up. We go to the concert Tuesday. I am under death march conditions of at work. And so I'm like, I'm dying here. And this condition, you know, we're still working. We're still working like 12, 13-hour days. So continuing on, that Thursday, you're very interested in the matcha beer? Mm-hmm. Why is matcha in quotation marks in the description? Who knows? But yeah, Thursday, Lily and their friend finally make it back up to San Francisco, and we finally meet up and we have dinner. And so we take them out to Soba. Yeah. So yeah, we noticed that they had matcha beer, which is something we haven't had yet. But I mean, I'm guessing it's just a pint of Asahi flavored with matcha for the perfect harmony of... Like, do they just put matcha powder in beer? Is that something normal? Do people do that? We knew it was a gimmick, so we didn't order it because also it's $15 and we're in a matcha shortage, so like, who the hell? Who knows? Yeah, honestly, we kind of saw it and we're like, that's nice. That's nice. But do you know what was nice? Okay, so you know like Baby Star Ramen? It's like the dried instant noodles, dried ramen packs, but like they've broken it up and they put it in a little packet and it has all the flavor on it, so you just eat it as a snack. Anyway, they have that, but for soba, and so we got to crunch on some soba here. It was like a little bit of lemon and some shishito peppers, and you're fucking set. That was pretty good actually. Yeah, you need it so bad. Yeah, no, this was good. This is a great idea, honestly. We probably paid a little too much money for it, but honestly, it was worth it. Yeah, it was pretty good, honestly. And then we actually had zarusoba, 10 zarusoba. So we had tempura and cold noodles. Decent, I think. I think we had tried it earlier this year with even more fancier tempura, but the tempura was still pretty solid. Like, what was it? I think it was like a asparagus tempura. Their shrimp tempura was still really, really succulent, so we enjoyed ourselves. So yeah, if you ever happen to be in San Francisco, Soda Soba Dining is where we went. It's the newest soba place. They use 100% buckwheat noodles, and they're pretty good. Honestly, pretty good. There's still a line out the door at night if you're not like first in line, because this place is pretty popular apparently. Pretty cool. So check it out. Otherwise, though, after we finished up with work that week, like Thursday, Friday, we worked through Friday and we had a whole shit ton of things to do. But Lily was staying with us along with their friend, and so as soon as we had time, we started to hang out and do other things. And so we went to so many fucking boba places. We just kept going, hey, you want to go get boba? Hey, you want to go stop by for some boba? We want boba. I think we had like 4 bobas over the course of 3 days. And we were kind of like, why are we having so much boba? Oh, you think your fiance and you almost went to the soba place last Friday for lunch, but then we saw they didn't have a vegetarian dashi, so it ended up being a no-go for us. Oh yeah. No, iridescence. Okay. I am so mad. I am so mad about the fact, like, also, like, okay, they're 100% buckwheat noodles, right? So you think like, oh, it's gluten-free. You can also take your, celiac diseased friends there, and it'll be like they can order things on this menu. And then we find out, actually, the dashi soup also includes gluten because they use non-gluten-free soy sauce. And therefore, you can say, they also say, like, our noodles are gluten-free. It's like, well, your soup fucking isn't. And you can't get gluten-free soup. So really, their soup is like constantly like, oh yeah, we don't have a vegetarian dashi, and also, you know, we don't do gluten-free dashi either. It's like, why? Why? Why would you do this? Anyway, hi Lena. Yeah. But yeah, we had like fucking 4 bobas over 3 days, and we were kind of boba'd out, but it was fine. It was fine. Even if we decide to be a weirdo and eat it dry, the kitchen isn't gluten-free. Yeah, that too. That too. That is an issue, huh? Anyway, so we had to like do a whole thing, and well, I mean, we didn't have any dietary restrictions. We almost took somebody out to this place who did have celiac disease, and we were like, oh shoot, we gotta like figure it out. We gotta figure out where you can eat and all this kind of stuff, and like, I think we ended up not going here, or no, they weren't. This wasn't open at that time. But yeah, we had to deal with a whole bunch of things. Anyway, we're about to hit ads, and so rather than us blabbing for 3 minutes and having most of chat unable to hear us because of capitalism happening, we're gonna take a quick break, and also we're gonna go get something to drink, because we've been sipping tea all this time, but also we've been running our mouth off for a full fucking hour. Anyway, we'll be right back, and so don't go anywhere. We'll come back and we'll talk more about the food we had, because look at this fucking beautiful sandwich. Look at these sandwiches. Look at this. Look at this dish. Okay, we'll be right back. Where did my dashboard go? Oh, there it is. Hot dog just whizzed by, and I'm like, okay. I wish the hot dog would hit us.
Can I change my job? Oh.
No! Absolutely not! I'm out.
No, you can't leave.
I'm out.
I just wanted to promise that our life together will always be as explosive as our wedding day.
I'm out.
Wait, why am I not? Oh wait, I can go wherever. Wait! Ah!
Lily! No!
We're separated by an invisible
What are
wall.
you doing? It's fucking beautiful. Also, like, the one pink beat. God, she is so perfect. She is so perfect, and I am never rolling another thing. Well, I guess I have one more roll, but, like, that's not a roll that I'm gonna make, right? Okay, I don't care about you. Bye.
Oh, okay. Bunch of friends. This is why back grenades are good.
Are they? Are they?
Well, when they don't kill you, they are good.
True winners know how to get up here without the effort. Hi. No! Lily! Why? I love you! No! Oh, okay, I see. Oh, please. Oh, please, come on. Yes! Can somebody please? Let's go. I need... Shit, I was gonna do some role quests. I'm almost done with role quests, but you know what? You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm just... I do. Chat, we need, like, clips that don't involve us yelling at Lily, probably. Or we need more clips of us yelling at Lily. Who knows what the actual thing is? Because, like, 90% of those clips were just us yelling at Lily for various reasons. Anyway, welcome back from the ads! Anyway, the biggest thing we wanted to talk about was we took... and mostly over Final Fantasy XIV, yeah. You know what's really, really funny? Is the fact that we're talking about Lily right now. Because Lily is visiting. Like, we're talking about Lily's visiting. And also, the funniest thing about Final Fantasy XIV and Lily is the fact that we took them out to lunch to go eat Continita Pibil. which was made into Shibruk Pibil during the Dawn Trail, where suddenly, for whatever reason, an entire quest, a sequence of quests become a cooking show where you had to collect a bunch of things for cooking Shibruk Pibil. Shibruk Pibil in Yaktel. Well, we went and ate the actual dish. Because there's like literally one restaurant in the Bay Area that has it. And we took them out to like Berkeley to eat it. And it was good. It's so good. It also like was a little bit overpriced, but don't worry about it. It was good, and it's the only place they do it, and it's like, it's worth the drive. It's worth driving 30 minutes, 40 minutes out there to eat this stuff. It was all right. It's so good. Yeah, it is. Honestly, it's hell to make. Yeah, that too. Like, okay. It was $25, but also maybe it was worth it because of the amount of effort and the hell it took to make it. Also, we got some spiced coffee. Honestly, this place is legit. It was really good. What was the place? I forgot what it was called. If anyone is super interested in trying to find this place, let me know. It's a pretty good place. Otherwise, we also went to a Cuban place. We had a Cuban sandwich, jerk steak sandwich with some plantain fries, and we also got to try this pineapple soda, which was pretty good. We never had Jupina before, but now that we know there's a pineapple soda, we are gonna look out for it for whenever we have the chance to drink it, because this was pretty good. We like pineapples. Yeah. And then we took, this is just another chicken sandwich, Korean chicken sandwich. That was pretty good. Also, they did this, we went to a boba place with a collab with Zenless Zero. It was really funny because Lily doesn't play Zenless Zero, but they still wanted to go for the sake of it, and then they collected shit because it was very, very, them core, because it was the girly pop collab. I don't know, something like that. So yeah, this is like what we did for that first weekend that Lily stayed over. It was just like, I am tired. We are tired from working. We worked a full week plus alpha and did not stop to rest because we also had to, like, drive Lily and host them and also go see the concert, and it was like all this stuff, and we're so dog tired, but also Food and boba. Boba was mostly, honestly, the boba wasn't such a bad idea because we were getting so much caffeine, we stayed awake. Oh yeah, I forgot we put the picture of Shibuk Bibu. Anyway, it's the same thing. It is literally the same thing. Beautiful. Wonderful. We kind of want more Pibion now. We want more Pibion. Oh yeah, we had a hot dog. We took Lily and their friend to get a hot dog. We did get a double dog. So that did happen. It is as per Cat Goddess tradition. We did feed our guests hot dogs. It was a pretty good hot dog. Usually not something you put in a taco because you have to dig a hole to cook it. Well, yeah. So, Final Fantasy decided to just put it in a taco. But here, they did give you tortillas to eat it with. But it was definitely a put the meat on the plantains and sprinkle some, shovel in some beans and rice to your liking. Is that a Chicago dog? No, it's a regular hot dog. It's a normal hot dog. It is literally just a normal hot dog. It is 2 wieners, tomato, onion, some regular ass relish. It's not even like the green relish that you need for a Chicago dog. And also it's like mustard. That's it. Also, it's 2 wieners, not 1. So it's a double dog. And not to be confused with any other kind of hot dog that we are associated with. Your normal run-of-the-mill, no. It is a double dog. No. Oh yeah, no celery salt. So yeah, not a Chicago dog. Yeah, no, this place does not do Chicago dogs. This place is very much a non-Chicago hot dog place. They do boil the hot dogs though. So well, is it boil or steamed? I guess it's steamed. The word to use is steamed. It was good though. Honestly, we could go for another hot dog. But also we were really gay. This was actually right this is right after we finished working on Friday. So we were exhausted, but we were taking our friends home. Also our friend, Lily and their friend wanted to hang out a bit in the city, so we also chauffeured them around the city and found parking in the city, and it was just like But anyway, the good news was Lily literally bought us chocolate. Look at these cute fucking fancy chocolates that we were given as we were eating Taco Bell because we were exhausted and we just wanted to eat shit. And also we held hands. They slept next to us because we took the couch because we needed, we only have one bed and our bed is tiny, and so we gave it to the guest, Lily's friend, and then Lily and I slept in the living room and we held hands. We love our girlfriend, not little girl. I mean, Lily can be little, but not really little. Lily's not really little coded. Lily is Lily. Chaos incarnate. Anyway, enough about our girlfriend. Let's talk more about our girlfriend. Lily also bought a bucket hat. The Animal Crossing bucket hat at the Nintendo store. And they would not shut up about the bucket hat. Their entire personality became bucket hat for a week. Good for them, honestly. Bitch needs protection from the sun, probably. And also they bought us, oh shoot, this thing is kind of, hold on a sec. No. Not the overlay. Here we go. Look at this fucking unit. Look at this fucking unit. Lily bought us. This is beautiful Vaporeon. Totally real and nothing else. This is legitimately just a Vaporeon. Do not act like this is not a Vaporeon, okay? This is a Vaporeon in our heart. Beautiful. Beautiful, wonderful. This is peak. This is peak. This is how we know that we are loved. And this is how this is why we dedicated an entire page to the fact that we love our girlfriend, because we love our girlfriend. Are you tired of us talking about how much we love our girlfriend? Because we will not shut up about our girlfriend. There's like at least like 10, maybe not 10. Yeah, at least 10 more pages of this bullshit. Okay. Also, oh yeah, so those of you who know, Lily has a cardboard addiction. They play Gundam as well as Digimon, and have some knowledge of some of the other card games here and there and throughout. So we have some cards in our house that we've had for so long that we actually do not care. Well, we do care about them. They do hold some kind of sentimental value, you know? And so we asked, like, hey, are these worth anything? And turns out we probably have like at least $1,000 worth of Pokemon cards. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, like, honestly, it's just cardboard. It's just cardboard until you find somebody willing to pay you money for that for said cardboard. And like, you actually have to find somebody willing to shell out that money. It's not like they're going to magically just say, oh, hey, this card is worth $500. And you automatically are $500 richer. And that's not what happens with cardboard. You need to find somebody going like, I will pay you $500 for that piece of cardboard. And it's not like they're just around, you know? But it's nice to know. It's nice to know that we have some value, I guess. So how much did Lily pay us? None. These are our cards, and we did not. Also, Lily doesn't collect Pokemon cards. So, yeah, that too. I mean, it is nice to have Fat Pikachu. Fat Pikachu's pretty good. We also had a kind of a fucked up Magikarp. But honestly, like, what are you gonna do? Do you really need? Somebody will want that Magikarp, but I mean, really. Yeah. Anyway, it's nice to know that we have something somewhat nice. Aren't all Magikarps fucked? Okay, but like the Magikarp that we found in our deck is a particularly not on model depiction of a Magikarp, to be honest, because it is early first edition Magikarp. They kind of were like, we're still kind of figuring out how art works. We don't know how to draw. We don't know how these Pokemon look, and to be honest, we don't care, kind of things. But it's fine. What really... I don't know, fish. Just draw a fish. Anyway, those of you who came to our We Went to Chipotle stream a few months, about half a year back, when we went to Seattle to go eat Chipotle, except we never actually went to Chipotle, will remember that we went to Kashiba and had a very fancy omakase dinner that was very fancy. Incredibly fancy for that matter. We decided to pay Lily back, and we took them to a Japanese omakase place in San Francisco instead. And so this was a really fun time. Anyway, welcome to the I spent way too much fucking money on food portion of the stream. 2 omakase dinners of set dinners, and starting off with some firefly squid, a a what do you call it? A salmon and salmon little sushi thing, and then octopus with lotus root. It was good. That's good. You had kikurage, which is white fungus and snow peas in a little soup in a little bowl. This place, so here's the thing. Here's our thoughts on omakase places. A lot of times, a lot of them are very fancy, right? If you go to an omakase place, you're like, oh, I'm spending hundreds of dollars to eat at this wonderful restaurant, to eat fine Japanese foods. And what you're really expecting, because especially if you're like doling out hundreds of dollars to eat expensive food, is you're like, I'm eating sushi. I'm eating the fattiest tuna with decadent caviar instead of soy sauce. Like, get that rich person voice out of my throat. Anyway, yeah, so it's like, when you go to an omakase place, a lot of places just give you a bunch of fatty tuna and like sea urchin. And they're like, here's the expensive shit. Don't you feel like you deserve this dinner? Like, you paid hundreds of dollars and therefore you got what you paid for. Because if we serve you anything else, it's gonna feel like, oh, I spent hundreds of dollars and they served me soup. Excuse me, something caught in my throat. But yeah, so you almost never have like fancy soups and stuff. But this place, the guy used to be the head chef of Michelin-starred Kashiba in Napa. And so he was he's a little bit more classically trained. He's not like, oh, I need to just keep serving sushi. He's not like a sushi person. He's a Japanese cuisine person. And so he's just like, give me whatever and I will make food out of it. Your parents went to it? I'm guessing to Kashiba? Or not Kashiba. Kenzo, that's what it was. Kenzo in Napa, which is, yeah, that one's the famous one, and it has a Michelin star. It's super fancy. You have to pay $5 billion to get in, etc., etc. But the chef left a few years ago, and now he's running this place here, this little hole-in-the-wall place, which is really good. And he dares to serve soup, because he's like, I want to serve you some soup, and I'm gonna give you some soup. And I'm like, yeah, let's bring on the soup, honestly. And it was really good soup. And also I like white fungus. I like kikurage because it's so chewy and like, it's got a good mouthfeel. People are missing out if they have never had white fungus. It's pretty good, TBH. Yeah. And then they gave us a nice little crystal plate. This was our plate. We also didn't get alcohol because I was driving, but also it was just like, it was just nice. And we just got oolong tea instead. So here's the first flight of fish. I believe this was a hamachi. Yellowtail or something? I can't remember exactly. We honestly forgot most of them because we were just too, bedazzled by food. And then we had this one was, I believe this one was shrimp. Or no, crab? Was it crab? Was it crab or shrimp? Anyway, nigiri. Delicious. Pre-marinated because the chef had gotten sick and tired over the years of watching people drench his food in soy sauce. So he pre-marinates it and just goes, just eat that normally without ruining the flavor profile otherwise, because What are you doing? What are you doing with your life if you're just drenching your sushi in soy sauce? What's wrong with you? And this one is, I believe, a tuna, but seared tuna, very delicious. With a little tiny dollop of wasabi. Wonderful. We're just gonna put ourselves on the plate. You can eat us. We are tiny. We are edible. Actually, please do not eat us. That is fucked up. Anyway, and then here is, I believe, a saba. I think this was, yeah, I think this was a grilled or heat applied, seared saba. Amberjack? Is it amberjack? Is saba amberjack? I don't fucking know. I don't know fish. We just eat fish. We look at fish and we go, that looks tasty, and then we eat it. Anyway, this was the first flight of fish. All pretty good, pretty rich and creamy. The char was pretty good, you know? Yeah. And then we went to our first, like, interlude with some hijiki, which is a type of seaweed, combined with some beans, and also some toasted kale and a braised the neck of a fish braised. All good, definitely delicious. And then we went back to more sushi. So we had this was actually pretty cool. This is tiny flakes of egg on top of fish. Interesting flavor profile. Not it's like it adds a little bit more of a milky, creamy taste to the fish, and it was also a white fish, so it's generally neutral taste to begin with, so it really kind of brings out sort of the sweetness of the egg as you eat it. That was fun. This is salmon, your typical salmon nigiri. That's pretty good. Nothing to really write home about per se here. And then finally, like down here, it's the well down here on the side here is what is it? Clam, hotate clam, the big giant clam with the very soft, big, tiny thing. Not tiny, the big, soft center mass thing. Very creamy, very lovely. Yeah. And then another, I forgot what this one was. What is this one? I don't know. It's white fish. More fish! Fish! We had fish! We had more fish! Also fancy. Also delicious. We just kept eating it. We should have probably been taking notes on what each of these were, but then we kind of would have been working, or, well, the chef knows that we work for the paper, so he might have mistaken us for working if we started taking notes, and so we didn't want to do that. Because he's like, oh, are you here for work? And I'm like, no, I'm just on a date with my girlfriend. Don't worry about it. Just serve us normally. We're not writing anything. But we were gonna stream about it. But it's not like, you know, this is anything different compared to like a proper restaurant review read by hundreds of people, thousands. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hundreds of people. And this stream, what? It's gonna be what? Seen by dozens of people. Anyway, you know. Oh, and also this course had the A5 Wagyu nigiri. Just a slab of meat, grilled meat on rice. Sure, okay, that works. That's unique. We enjoyed that actually. That was nice. I think this was like the first Wagyu we've had in like ages. Pretty good actually. We don't make it a habit. but we should savor it when we can. Anyway, steak sushi, the most American of sushi. You can't just call beef with rice a nigiri. Come on, chef. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Look, it's the presentation. There's a little wasabi there too. The wasabi is what makes it nigiri, right? And also actually it's the rice. It's the seasoned rice that makes it nigiri. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Then we have the modern take finishing off portion of the omakase, I guess. So this was like pureed toro, pureed fatty tuna with a little bit of pickles, served in this weird maki situation. It was fun. It was interesting. Definitely a, entertaining mouthfeel as well as taste. Good harmony of things. Definitely tasted all right. And then we have the uni down here. The uni down here is, again, when you're going to omakase, you're just expected to serve uni. Even if you it's like, and here's some uni, here's some toro, here's some fatty tuna, which is on my left here or right to you. That's just what it is. You just serve this shit because you're paying hundreds of dollars where we might as give you the expensive shit, because if we don't, someone's gonna write home and say we didn't get any uni or toro. We don't really care about that, and we're not even actually big fans of uni, but we'll eat it when we're served it. We don't want to say no to it, so we're just like, yeah, uni. Like the cat. Except, you don't eat that cat. We should not eat that cat. No. But anyway. These were decent enough. But also, please don't eat uni. It's probably a crime. Yeah, probably. And then we have here the chawanmushi. It's an egg custard baked into a bowl, tiny personal bowl thing. These are my favorite. We actually love chawanmushi so much, and they're relatively easy to make, but they're kind of a bitch because, you have to steam an entire bowl and make the custard and buy all the ingredients and blah, 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 which is a whole hassle, right? But overall, if you can do it, it's great. And for restaurants, it's not as big of a deal because you can just make them at volume. You're going to be serving 30 or 40 of these. You just make them in the morning or afternoon before you open up, and they'll be ready, and you can just slide them out as people order them. And so it's like, oh man, this is a pretty good chawanmushi actually. And that was a good serving. I think that was probably not really my favorite part of the meal. I don't know. I don't know if... What was our favorite part of the meal? I mean, with everything... Yeah, I guess the chawanmushi was definitely a favorite part of the meal. That was probably the most homey, the warm, the nice little, this is a good way to kind of start winding things down. Way to eat something. And also we got served snow crab with ikura, salmon roe, which was also a pretty fancy dish just by nature of ingredients, but not actually particularly fancy in preparation. It was good. Snow crab's good. Ikura is good. So put them together, double plus good. So yeah. Here's the thing. So, okay, this was 12 pieces of sushi plus additional assortments. And so we finished off with the seasonal fish nigiri toro and uni, the seasonal fish nigiri, of course, being the fatty tuna toro, plus pickles and stuff, which was really weird. And then we go to the miso soup and close things out with some apple sorbet. By the way, this guy makes his own sorbet. Like, he makes his own ice cream. I don't want to say it's the best part of the meal. It's definitely not the best part of the meal because the rest of the meal was pretty good. And if you say it was better than the sorbet, no, it isn't. But, or no, you can't say the sorbet was better than the rest of the meal. But you gotta appreciate a guy who makes his own friggin' sorbet out of fresh fruits that are in season, and serves it to you. Like, what the hell? That is so extra. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But yeah, so we got some miso soup, right? But before we finish off with the miso soup, we ordered, he goes like, okay, you know, that's the end of the sushi. Would you like anything else? Like, I can make something if I have it, like, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with this. Let's go on to, you know, finishing things out. But then we thought of something. So if you're Japanese and you grew up in the 90s, or at least you grew up in a Japanese environment eating normal Japanese food that isn't Instagram worthy, you kind of got to know what authentic Japanese restaurant food and sushi is like. It's not so much that, okay, so like there is fancy Japanese food, right? And that's the Instagram worthy, all the, you know, brouhaha, omakase, blah, 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 blah. You're paying hundreds of dollars. Everyone's very rich. They're all, you know, they're all posting it on their social medias. We're, you know, talking about it on their streams and like telling people all about it. And you're being like obnoxious and you're an influencer, blah, 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 blah. Love to eat some granny recipes. Exactly. And we used, like, here's the thing. Not to knock all the more affordable options of Japanese food that is currently out there in the Bay Area today. Like, there are a few good places, and I mean, we certainly do not complain about them most of the time because, like, we go out there and eat them too, but we also know that they're not quite the same as something that, like, was established in the same cultural milieu as as somebody who is from Japan. A Japanese immigrant from the 1980s setting roots in America to open a restaurant and serving regular ass Japanese food because Japanese food was rare and nobody wanted to eat sushi because what the hell is seaweed? What the fuck? That's screwed up. Let me have teriyaki. There is a very distinct type of authentic Japanese cuisine, which is the affordable, normal ass Japanese food. And these places also serve sushi. And these places, when you go get sushi, you can order the cheapest fucking sushi. There is nothing wrong with ordering the cheapest fucking sushi. You know what the cheapest fucking sushi is? Beef stroganoff no uta hits the shuffle. Boys don't know. So, like, you know, you can have oshinkomaki, the pickle roll. You can literally get pickled daikon in a roll. That's a cheap one. The thing is, like, a lot of people know about oshinkomaki, so like they'll do oshinkomaki. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, the pickle roll. It's cheap. It's vegetarian. Also, it's all marketed as like the vegetarian roll, right? Like, everyone's like, oh, you can eat this one because it's a pickle. There's no fish in it. So that's pretty normal, right? And then you have cucumber rolls, kappamaki. Also, really easy because all you need is cucumbers, right? And then everyone's like, the most typical roll is, you know, the tuna roll, the tekkamaki, which is just the cheapest fucking tuna that you can find that dropped out of the back of a truck that you can source, just slap it in some rice, roll it up, and, you know, douse it in soy sauce because that shit ain't tasting like anything. That is budget ass grocery store sushi quality sushi. And everyone knows about these rolls, and it's easy to eat these rolls. Back of the truck sushi, what a great idea. Honestly, back of the truck sushi is the best sushi because it's affordable and accessible. And even if you get food poisoning, you're not going to blame the truck, you're going to blame society or something. I don't know. Anyway, if you understand the kind of restaurant that I'm talking about, they have plum paste. That is the most important thing to talk about here. Plum paste. The paste of pickled plums. They might have pickled plums. They will definitely probably have cucumbers. They will not have plum paste. And also, even if they have pickled plums, they're just going to look at it and not understand what we're trying to do here. They're going to be like, put a pickled plum in a roll? But there's like a giant seed in there. That's so much work. That's why you are gonna blame yourself. But okay, exactly. Never blame yourself. Never blame the back of the sushi truck. Blame society for all that has gone wrong. It is capitalism's fault, obviously. But you have to understand, plum paste, and I mean the processed as shit stuff, the stuff that comes out of a tube, it has no bearing whatsoever to the original plum shape. It just squirts out of a little ketchup bottle. It's made by like one of two or three companies in Japan, and you have to import it. It's salty as fuck because, I mean, it's pickled plum, but also it's like processed to hell. The extruded kind. Probably not even from plums. It's some kind of sugar. Exactly. You don't like pickled plums, but I'd like to try plum paste? Yeah, exactly. It's very, very cheap. Hi, Discotech. Hi, good luck, have fun. Hello. And so here's the thing. It's the cheapest fucking thing on the menu. And it's called umekyu. Okay? Umekyu, as in umeboshi, and kyuri, as in, well, you know, cucumbers. It is very simple. It is a roll made with cucumbers and pickled plum paste. It is the cheapest goddamn blue collar ass sushi you can ever ask for. There is nothing fancy about this. You can never get it. But you can never get it because nobody has pickled plum paste in their stocks. No one thinks about using it because, you know, most of these places, most of the cheap Japanese places, when they're thinking about finding, you know, like, what are they going to serve that's Japanese food? They think teriyaki. You know what teriyaki uses? Chicken, beef, salmon, and teriyaki sauce. You know what's in teriyaki sauce? Soy sauce, sugar. Mostly soy sauce and sugar. There is no plum in there. There is, you know, the applications of plum in Japanese cuisine is often used in things like tea on rice, chazuke, and stuff like that. Or onigiri, you know, rice balls or jelly donuts. Most restaurants don't serve those things. Most cheap-ass Japanese restaurants do not keep plum paste or pickled plums because there is literally no reason to stock them. Unless they run like a bento line for like lunch service and you need to put that one little star of pickled plum in the rice. Otherwise, you never actually need pickled plum, even though it is such a staple part of the Japanese diet. And therefore, if you go to a non-Japanese owned Japanese restaurant which there are a billion of because Japanese food is hip and therefore you can charge more for it than your native country's food because, you know, honestly, capitalism is a fuck. You do not think to buy or invest in any pickled plum because there is zero reason, and you probably did not study enough to know that you ever want to use pickled plum for anything. And that is why we have a test. And to be fair, there was no reason to test sushi on, like restaurant on. They are as legit as they come. There is no reason for me to test this. But like, when I go to a Japanese restaurant, I always try to like and go for the sushi. I'm just always kind of like, do you have umekyu? And then the server always looks at me and goes like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then we go like, you know, cucumber and pickled plum. Can you do a pickled plum roll? Can you do that? And they're if they continue to look at me and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Then we just don't order their sushi and get their teriyaki chicken. If they can serve me an umekyu, we will switch to sushi. Because we know that they're legit. That is our advice to you. It's not really advice. It's just us being a snob. This is nothing real. This is just our made up thing. Do not take this as expert advice, okay? But in any case, that's it. Umekyu. We will guarantee you, almost nobody will be able to serve it to you unless it is absolutely Japanese owned. And if it's Japanese owned and you're eating there, it is probably fancy as fuck anyway. And why would you ever? There is zero reason to order umekyu in a fancy restaurant setting. Unless you're me and you're stupid. So anyway, we asked for umekyu and the guy made it for us. From all the scraps they had. Folks. This is the first umekyu we've had. And perhaps like 3 years? 4 years. Maybe 4. Honestly, probably 4 years. The last time we had it was probably when our friend's Japanese restaurant was closing for good and we were never going to eat there again. And so we went for one last hurrah of budget family dining sushi, and we were like, you know what? Can you just make us some umekyu? Because that's what we always ordered. Umekyu, octopus taco, some tekka, some tuna, and some egg nigiri. And we are the cheapest motherfuckers out there because we're poor, but the owners also know that. They're just like, that's just what you like. We're not trying to save money. We just have the poorest person's taste. That is what we grew up with. We don't need that fucking uni. We don't need that sea urchin. Give us the good shit. And by good shit, I mean cucumber rolls. You ever go to a fancy French restaurant and ask for chicken nuggies? That's the same idea. Fel, don't say that. Don't say it like that. You make it sound like we asked a Michelin-starred chef how to make us fucking chicken nuggies. Anyway, so as we're driving home with Lily in the car, And we're like getting, you know, crossing the bridge back home. It hits us that we just did that! What the fuck did we do? Oh my god! I'm so sorry! I can't believe we asked an acclaimed chef to make us poor people food. We can never go back. We should definitely go back. Chat. Is this hubris? Is this hubris to ask somebody to fucking make the cheapest fucking pauper food after eating hundreds of dollars of sushi? It's whimsy. It's okay. It's okay. We tip them. We tip them extra. He was kind of like, wow, I haven't made that in probably like a decade. I'm like, I'm sorry. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to make that for me. The brain worms won, and we said, can you make it for us? And he's like, yeah, shit, no, why not? And I'm like, oh my god, you just did it. And this is why I'm telling you, if you ever have to go to Omakase, go to Sushion Restaurant On in the Japan Center East Mall. It's hidden behind in a nice little, neat little hallway. It's really nice. The owner's really nice. It's expensive as fuck, but it's okay. Just save up like $500 before you go. Yeah. Not the other restaurant also called On. There is no other restaurant called On. Fel, Chog, don't leak information that's not out yet in the public domain. We're glad that we got Umikyu. Yeah, honestly, yes. You know what's really funny? The budget sushi places in Japantown don't have Umikyu. Because they're all Chinese or Korean owned, so it's like, I can't ask for this. I have to go to the real places. And the real place. And by with the anyway. Yeah. And also, nothing against the Chinese and Korean owned sushi places. Again, like, it's fine. Their food is actually pretty good. It's just I have a very distinct and exacting request to have pickled plum and cucumbers, which is pretty ubiquitous in Japan, but I can't find it anywhere else in America. What companies sell the plum paste? Otafuku. Otafuku is one. I would imagine SB also, SNB also sells it. Otafuku as in OTAFUKU. SB, like Otafuku I think is more the Osaka area, and then SB sells more in the Tokyo area, probably. There's probably like a few more other places. I mean, like, there's definitely more like fancier brands out there as well. But if you're talking about like the cheapest, most processed, you get a tube for like $3 and it lasts you a year kind of deal, like, it's those folks. That's what I'm used to. Anyway. Can't believe we asked a very fancy sushi chef to make us umikyu. What the fuck were we thinking? Anyway, we had miso soup. The miso soup was really nice. It was very warm. It was good. It was, you know, and then also like, okay, here, look, take a look at this. The cover had little flakes of opal? Mother of pearl? I don't fucking know. It was shiny. It was pretty. It was pretty. We were thinking with our heart. It's true. It's true. But yeah. This is fancier than you are? The miso soup was unironically normal. But the fucking bowl was pretty fucking fancy. Yeah, nothing to write home about with the soup itself. You know, it's soup. It was good. It was good soup. Good way to close things out, you know? And here's that fucking not strawberry, apple sorbet with a little bit of a glaze on top. It was good. It was very refined. It was very refined. It was very good. We had a blast. We had a huge blast. Yeah. Yeah. It was good. It was tasty. Yeah, so this guy makes all of his ice creams or desserts handmade, right? Like, and by batch per day. So this is what he's prepping in the afternoon before, like, you know, opening up. Pretty good. I love this. I love this place. If it wasn't 200, like if it wasn't basically $200 a person for each meal, I would go there maybe more than once a year. But I'm now thinking maybe I want to go here at least once a year. Tasty, delicious, beautiful, wonderful. Oh, I kind of want to go again. Chat, do you think we can make this a tax write-off? Probably not, right? This is not a tax write-off. Absolutely. We're not committing tax fraud. Go with a food critic. We don't want to go with a food critic. Food critics will probably judge us. Write a review of the make. No! Absolutely not! We'll actually get in trouble, probably. This is so good, though. Please, please, please. For the sake of our sins, go drop a few $100s there for us. Anyway, that was like the second Saturday. So Lily stayed with us for a full week, or a week and a half, really. And so that was the second Saturday, and then the Sunday they were gonna fly home. And so we see this photo, and Lily wanted pancakes, right? Breakfast place, Sunday, brunch. Let's go find some pancakes. And so we look up pancakes, and we find this place, kind of fancy place, a little out of the ways, but whatever. Pretty famous place too, actually. They make like the millionaire's bacon, and yeah. So we see this photo here. It says they have pancakes, and we're like, oh shoot, huge stack of pancakes. That's pretty good. Let's go get some pancakes. Let's go eat pancakes. You know what turns out to be the issue here? This is the bougie place. This is very bougie. It's definitely good. It's tasty. And, you know, there's nothing... we won't complain about the service, the taste of the food, and, you know, the presentation. It's all very good. This photo, when you look at it on a phone, makes it look like you're kind of looking at a full-size pancake here. And, like, the more you look at it, not on a phone, the more you realize there are some issues here. But the presentation felt like this was a big stack of pancakes. And we got the pancakes, and holy shit, they're tiny. They're tiny as fuck. Looks like a Donald Duck stack of pancakes. Yeah, I know. We were expecting a Donald Duck stack of pancakes. They don't make regular pancakes. They only make these tiny ass microscopic pancakes for ants. Donald Duck ant. Ant? Donald ant. Yeah. Not aunt. Ant. I wish they were bigger. I wish they were bigger, especially for the amount of how much they cost. I wish they were bigger. But they did make it clear this was a mini pancake. But it's a lot to consume. Fair, yes. It was tasty. It was fun. It was fine. It was just we overpaid for pancakes. Definitely. Also, we're about to hit ads again, and we have been blabbing for a full hour. We might take this opportunity to go gargle, because definitely. Hi, Scar. Welcome. What is that icon? What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little dance. All right. They technically didn't lie. The photo didn't specify how big the pancakes were. Definitely. So it was definitely our fault for driving all the way here thinking, let's have a big fucking stack of pancakes. And then finding out they did not have a big fucking stack of pancakes. They had a tiny stack. They had a big fucking stack of tiny pancakes that were about appetizer sized. Anyway. We'll be right back. We'll be right back after these commercial messages from twitch.tv that we do not condone. And honestly, if you are advertised to, refuse to buy anything that they advertise. Thank you. Welcome back. Did you get hydrated while we were gone? We hope you did. You should. You should hydrate yourself. Just like me. Anyway. Oh. Oh. Did I break? Oh. Nope. Hello? Is this... This is not good. Okay. Chat, do you still hear me? Do you still hear me? Alright. There is something going on with my model. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try something. Primarily, I'm going to... Huh. Is this fixed now? Are we good now? More like yeeted mode? The computer decided that it was no longer... I was no longer allowed to stay on this screen. Alright, here we go. Alright. So yeah, let's see. What did we do? So this was our food. We ordered waffles. We ordered waffles. Do you see how big these raspberries are? We ordered a full thing of waffles. We thought we were gonna get a full thing of apple, raspberry, or no, that's not apple. Some brie cheese, toasted brie cheese, raspberry, and waffles. No. We did not get that. This isn't a particularly large waffle. It is a rather tiny waffle, and it was we had a singular waffle. And this, unlike the giant stack of mini pancakes, was a fucking full order. And we were kind of sobbing. It's like, Remember, we drove out for this. Yeah. Oh well. And then, like, the loaded French toast, that was a little bit more sumptuous, I guess. Yeah. And also, Lily got herself a cinnamon coffee thing. Very fancy. Very fancy. Honestly, very fancy. They toasted that shit. Yes, I'm eating the garnish. Shog. We eat the garnish regardless of whether we're hungry or not. Is it wrong to eat the sprig of mint on every food that you get? Is it wrong? It's there. It's there on the plate. It is there for me to consume. We are going to eat everything. Even if it means we are having to eat a twig. We will eat that twig. It's a little treat. Yeah, it's a little treat. Anyway, yeah. Oh, maybe this is not doing well. Hold on a sec. Where are you? Where is my... I should one day actually organize my OBS sources. Anyway, look at this shit. Look at this shit. It is on fire. They toasted that cinnamon. That's pretty cool. That's very fancy. Definitely a fancy ass brunch. I just wish the portions were a tiny bit bigger. It's fine though. It's fine. I'm only mildly disappointed. You know? Do you appreciate the fact that I photoshopped my girlfriend out of a photo and replaced it with her VTuber model, by the way? I care. We care. We care about our girlfriend's privacy. Did y'all sniff that? Yeah, it smells like toasted cinnamon. What do you mean she's right there? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that is the end of our girlfriend adventures. We spent a week and a half with our girlfriend. Most of it was spent eating food and drinking boba and snuggling. We do not include pictures of us snuggling because, I mean, that would be kind of weird. Like, why do you want to see a random person, random couple snuggling on your screen? What's wrong with you? If you want to see that, go commission a skeb. Heyo. Hello. Anyway, we already saw the loot stuff, hand-holding. Exactly! Isn't that enough for y'all? Isn't that enough? So anyway, what was this? Oh yeah, shortly after our girlfriend left, we went to do some work, and we had some food, and so this is just some random Taco Bell. I don't know why we put this Taco Bell in here. Actually, honestly, we made this PowerPoint presentation well before the slide deck, slide deck well before we were streaming. So we actually kind of forgot what this was about. There's nothing special about this meal aside from the fact that we had it after a hard day of work, because we still continue to work. What we will say is the day that we ate this, we did go see a queen coronation ceremony for this area. It's one of those professional development courts where a bunch of women get together and do team building exercises for a full year, and also like volunteer and do things, and they become very, very prominent and well respected within the community because they spent like a whole year selling raffle tickets. It's very, very good work if you're trying to get into a community, and usually they take the most qualified people because there's a lot of people who are interested in this stuff, and it's like a lot of professional development opportunities for early career women who want to get in with a bunch of people who are otherwise pretty powerful within various industries. This is Taco Bell, yes. But anyway, after that we ate some Taco Bell. Oh yeah, this is just generally food stuff, I guess. Had like a Chipotle burrito. For Easter Sunday, we got some custard-filled egg cream things. That was pretty fun, actually. Honestly, not bad. It was like a donut. It's like a jelly-filled... It's a custard-filled donut, but also just covered in sprinkles and also chocolate eggs. It was a lot. And then down here we have some chocolate that a friend of ours gave us from Mexico. She just came back from Mexico and fed us some cinnamon chocolate. It was very cinnamony. It was pretty good. We liked it. There's something about looking directly at a completely unwrapped burrito that feels pornographic. Why is that burrito naked? Because we don't want to rip the foil, because there is a good chance that we're going to bite into the foil, or we're going to have shards of foil in our food, and then we're ingesting aluminum, and that's not fun. We think, it's perfectly acceptable to unwrap a burrito and just eat it, and then have a clean foil so that you don't have to wash it. You don't even have to wash the foil. You can just throw it in the recycling bin because it's clean. There's no food, weird, gross stuff, and it's not a mess. It's not ripped up everywhere, and you don't have to worry about if you got all the foil off the table, and it's so much work. It's so much more work to not unwrap your burrito. What is wrong with you all? Just tearing off layers and layers of foil, thinking that that shit just grows on trees. It doesn't. It's finite. Recycle. Are we weird? Are we weird for doing this? I don't fucking know. Let's see. Oh my god, I saw a Musubi maker at Daiso today. I should have gotten it. Musubi's... I mean, you honestly don't need a maker. I mean, you can use paper wrappers for burritos, but yeah. Paper wrappers will soak through and you will have a soggy bag. Why would you want that? Some burritos will just leak even in foil. I'm just saying, you should just eat a burrito unwrapped from foil and tempt the gods with your hubris as it falls apart completely and utterly. There is no wrong way to eat a burrito, just so we're clear. There is no wrong way. You just have to accept that you're probably not eating it in a way that someone will approve. Knife and fork is the wrong way. That's true. You should never eat a burrito with a knife and fork. What is wrong with you if you do that? It's like eating a sandwich with a knife and fork. Unless it's like wet and you literally cannot hold it without it falling apart, you should, like, it's a chimichanga or a sloppy... You know, even a sloppy Joe, technically you could probably argue that you should eat it with your hands. And then use a spoon or fork to shovel the stuff that spills out. This is false. Eat burrito with knife and fork if you want. That's true. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not your mom. Just your goddess. But, you know, don't worship me with your hands. Your knife and fork using hands. I should show you a Francisina? Sure. Eventually. Show me later. What we should say about the spam musubi, and also, okay, you mentioned, you know, you saw a musubi maker at Daiso. You don't need a musubi maker at Daiso. You know what you need to make onigiri or musubi? A pair of hands and some rice and whatever stuff you want to put in the musubi. Just take the rice, take your stuff, slam it on the rice, and then squeeze it together, and then wrap it with some seaweed. That's all it takes. You don't need a maker. The maker is gonna make it into like a nice little shape for you. But if you mold enough onigiri with your hands, eventually you start getting good at it enough that you don't need a maker anyway. The maker is just kind of there to help you make a nice shape. But what if my hands are dumb and clumsy? Don't worry. The magical property of rice is that it's sticky, and it will conform and mold to whatever shape you want it to be. And it can be a lopsided musubi, you know? Musubi can be very lopsided. It's fine. Just, you're gonna eat it anyway. It's gonna wind up the same when you put it in your stomach. Anyway, here's the magical fun story. We love wonky food. Yeah, exactly. Here's the magical story about the spam musubi. It's $3. A $3 spam musubi in 2026 in San Francisco. Do you know how that's possible? Do you know how it's possible to buy a $3 spam musubi in the city and county of San Francisco, located in California? Is that even possible? Yes. All right, you'll give it a shot. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's, you know, and if you do feel like you absolutely need to figure. Oh, by the way, one quick thing: if you do make musubi and you're like, oh man, I gotta pack this in, don't smash the rice. You just gotta kind of form it into a little ball. Just make it into a tiny little ball. Make it hold its shape, and then let seaweed do the rest of the work. And then you got it. Easy. Anyway, how is this spam musubi $3? I mean, honestly, in San Francisco, if you're ordering a slab of spam, that alone is just like $3 right there. How are we getting a $3 spam musubi? How is this humanly possible? Would you like to know, chat? Would you? This was sold at a gas station. At a gas station. Not a Costco. Gas station spam musubi. This was a mistake. An absolute mistake. You'll notice. That thing is shiny as fuck because it's wrapped in plastic wrap. It is warm. There is the teriyaki sauce inside is just congealing. Like, it is just congealing in there. It is, when we touched it, the plastic wrap felt bouncy. It was just, it was not a good finger feel. It's not a mouth feel that we're talking about. It's, the touch was all wrong. Everything was all wrong. It was a mistake for you too. You've done this, and it was a mistake for you too. Lovely. I'm glad you understand. I'm glad. We're glad that you understand exactly where we're coming from. Painful, yes. So our boss walks into our work, while we're at our desk doing our job, and he just comes in. It's like, hey, I found spam musubi at the gas station. I'm like, spam musubi at the what? It's like, yeah, gas station spam musubi. It's like, okay. It's like, yeah, here you go. And just plops one down, and we're just like, we weren't planning to eat anything, but we are intrigued. So we pop it open. We eat it. Okay, one. Here's the problem. The teriyaki sauce has pretty much just congealed and just will fall off because there's nothing really soaking it, right? The spam is, on the best of days, already a sort of a rubbery slab of meat amalgamation. So you can't really expect the sauce to stay on unless it's really kind of caked on and baked on, which this is, again, gas station spam musubi. So we're not really banking on any real cooking being done here. This was probably done under a heat lamp. And so, despite there being a whole layer of congealed teriyaki sauce all over this thing, the spam was pretty tasteless, to be honest. Problem number 2. The rice was almost entirely, completely flaky and dry. God awful. Almost inedible. And of course, this whole thing is encased. How could they do this up front? Yeah. And of course, this whole thing is encased in plastic wrap. So of course, the seaweed has also just kind of either disintegrated or melded with either the rice or the spam or the sauce. And it's just kind of there. It's no mouthfeel. It's just there. And folks, this was probably the worst spam musubi we have ever eaten in our lives. And it was gas station, $3 spam musubi. Apparently he got it at a Shell. So if you ever go to a Shell gas station in San Francisco and they're selling spam musubi for about less than $5, I would probably not get that. I mean, if you want to experience the same pain that we felt that day in our office, you may do that. But we're not gonna suggest you do that. The cinnamon chocolate, though, this was pretty good. Cinnamon chocolate here, man, this shit was good. Yeah. Anyway, hey, anyway, no perfect meal without the perfect dessert. Tempura Oreos. Yeah, that's normal. That's absolutely normal. If you accidentally touch the sauce, your fingers will be sticky for 48 hours. Yeah, no. I had some napkins. And then I went to the bathroom and just washed my hands afterwards. It was not a very conducive finger food. Can't believe our friends at Shell Incorporated betrayed us. You see, here's the thing. It's not Shell. It's not Shell Incorporated that did this to us. It is whoever was running the Shell gas station franchise and running a, convenience store out of the gas station that decided, I'm gonna sell some spam musubi because they're probably of Asian descent, and just said, you know what people need? Spam musubi. There's a whole bunch of Asians around here, a whole bunch of Hawaiian related folks around here. Spam musubi would be a hit. And sure enough, people like my editor will stop in, see spam musubi for $3 at a Shell gas station convenience store and be like, hey, you know what? Everyone in the office deserves one. Everyone. And buys like 4 or 5 of them and goes home. And that clerk was like, this was the best idea I have ever had, because we just convinced somebody to buy 5 of these things, and that's $15 more that we just made. I mean, okay, honestly, it's not, well, they still probably spent like maybe it was like $4 to make all this shit. Who knows? I don't know. It had to be dirt cheap to sell for this cheap. But a $5 tempura Oreo? Can you go wrong with that? Probably. You probably don't want to eat a tempura Oreo. This sounds like an affront to humanity as well. This shit isn't spam. It's the unnamed canned meat. You know what? For $3, like, spam is pretty cheap, but it could very well be some kind of mystery meat. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not asking these questions. I ate it. I ate one, and I'm not intending to have another. We are never going to find out what was actually in them. We're just going to blissfully believe that it was a normal spam musubi. Damn. Anyway. Folks, we went to the Cherry Blossom Festival. Well, I mean, it's not really we went to the Cherry Blossom Festival. We work down the street from the Cherry Blossom Festival. So honestly, if it's Cherry Blossom Festival, we just go to Cherry Blossom Festival. It was really rainy the first day. We went on a Saturday and it was just fucking pouring rain. It was depressing, but it was fun. It's still a festival. Everyone's out there. Everyone's miserable, but everyone's out there. We got to talk with so many people. We got to network. Please don't reveal to anyone that we actually can be social and that we can touch grass and we're relatively normal coded. You can keep that secret, right? Right, chat? Okay, yeah. Just a little secret between you and us. We can socialize. But yeah, we went to the thing, and we want to tell you about our parking spot. Do you understand where we parked? You probably don't. Let me explain to you. So as we're pulling into the garage, of course we're coming in early because we knew the garage was going to fill up, and we're like, oh shit, no, we're not waiting on this. We're not coming in and finding out they ran out of parking spots like 3 hours ago. So we're going there 2 hours before the festival even fucking opens. We're gonna go chill in our office because we have keys and we can just chill and maybe steal the Wi-Fi for a few hours. And also, I mean, we could do some work too. Honestly, we did some work. But anyway, we pulled into the garage, and as we were coming in, the parking attendant waves us over and goes, come over here. And I'm like, I was gonna park in a relatively tough spot that people kind of hate parking. It requires like parallel parking skills to actually get into in the parking garage, because, you know, those spots are god awful to park in. And we figured that would be the best place to just do that, because, you know, just give everyone else the easier spots. Yeah, those are the worst spots. And we can park in them. We're good enough drivers that we can manage to fit our car in them. So we're like, you know what, I'll bite the bullet and give some other lucky person a easy spot. But no, the parking attendant comes over and says, hey, come over here. And I'm not sure why they singled me out of all of the cars filtering through. It is very possible, entirely possible, that the parking attendant recognized me and my car because we parked there pretty often. That they assumed we were staff and at least affiliated very, very closely with, you know, the festival, which is true. We are, to, you know, in that sense, we are somewhat affiliated, and we are a known figure, and no one may know who we actually are. And if you do know, do not talk about it. And so we got parked here, right here. This is not a parking spot. This is actually a pedestrian walkway. We just got parked here and was like, oh, are they just gonna bottle me up in here? And also you can see that our car is all wet because it was fucking raining. But anyway, do you see this? This is the entrance. This is the entrance to the garage. This is the street entrance. Well, this street entrance is closed because, you know, again, I do want to mention, you know, that is the street entrance to the outside, exactly where we would be going to the festival. What the fuck? We don't deserve that spot. How the fuck? They just gave it to me. We weren't even the first car in or anything. It was just like, hey, yeah, you come over here. And we're just parking these cars. And I'm like, what the fuck? I am flabbergasted. Real, recognized real. Yeah, no, like, what the fuck? It was the best fucking parking job in my life. And by that, I mean... You know what's really cool about parking here? If you buy anything at the festival and you have like stuff in your arms, you can just swing by the fucking parking garage with zero worries. Just slap some things into the trunk and just walk away. That was actually kind of a threat, a problem though, because while we were in line talking to people about it, they were like, you know, your car can like absolutely get fucking smashed. Like, a thief will absolutely smash your windows and take whatever's inside, especially if they see you putting stuff in the trunk. And I'm like, you're probably just really fucking jealous, and I understand your jealousy, but I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, so we did that. Do you appreciate this parking? I appreciate this parking. Anyway, we got our burgers. We got our annual burgers. We got our burgers before the huge rainstorm hit and everyone had to shut down for like a half hour or hour, which really fucking sucked. We got our burger before that though. This is our like one thing that we like to do every year. We honestly were like, it's raining, it's miserable. Do we really want to go? But then we thought, yes, we want to go because we want to buy a burger. We traveled over to so that we can buy ourselves a burger, support these people with their burger booth. We like their burgers because it's all nonprofits doing food here. It's like every food thing you buy, you're technically supporting a community service organization. And also their teriyaki burgers are fucking drenched in teriyaki sauce. You cannot complain about it. I could complain a little bit, but like, no, I am giving a nonprofit some money and they are giving me a burger in exchange. Sorry, which one is the burger booth? I do not know. They're all burger booths to me. Anyway, here's the burger. Look at this burger. Look at this thing, absolutely drenched in teriyaki sauce. There is not a centimeter that is not drenched in sauce. It's the bun is pretty much falling apart because it is soaked through with teriyaki sauce. Oh yeah, that burger is fucking drowning. See, this is why I go here. It's they do not give a shit. Yeah. This is my annual thing. I just want to eat my very, very simple but elegant solution to my burger craving of teriyaki burgers. Get some fries from the stall next door. Because this, you know what's really funny? Okay, so this is the senior service organization making burgers with a bunch of firemen. So that's cool too. The fries are made by the youth organization. So you get to support both the youth and the seniors by getting a burger and fry combo. It's that easy. It's that easy. You should support your community organizations and eat burgers and fries. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, we went through. We met Pecora. She did not recognize us. She passed us by. That's fine. There was a kitty. The kitty was nice. It was lovely. This is nice. What did we buy? I think, oh yeah, we did. We put some pictures of stuff that we bought later. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So here's a story for you. A while back, yeah, aren't they cute? So a while back, we found earrings, pewter earrings of white cats and black cats. So technically, there's 2 white cats and 2 black cats, right? They only come in pairs of black and white. But the thing is, we're both. Right? But we're stupid. And we have a little bit more money than we think we have. And also, we're doing this as a tax write-off. Anyway, we bought both the black and white cats. This was like not 2 years ago, maybe about a year ago. I think at least a year ago, possibly 2 years ago. We forgot, honestly. We've had these earrings for a while. But anyway, we don't actually wear them as white cats or black cats. We wear them one each on each of our ears because in public, we can't be a three-headed cat girl. If we're a three-headed cat girl in public, people will fucking freak out. You know? We gotta keep the kayfabe that we're normal. So, we've been wearing these earrings here and there, especially on like nice occasions. We don't wear it every day because they are made up out of pewter and they're pretty heavy and they start hurting our ears if we wear them for too long. And also if we go to sleep with them, they're absolutely going to destroy our earlobes by some way or another. But we like them, so we bought them and we've been using them. And at the time when we bought them, we found this tuxedo cat carrying a little pearl. And we thought like, oh, that's a really cute one. And it's actually very fitting to wear a necklace with a tuxedo cat in the middle because then that represents all three of us. It's really cute, right? It would be perfect. But then we were like, one, each earring, like each pair of earrings is already like $50 or $40. I think it was like $45. Yeah, I think each pair of earrings was $45. So it was like $90 to just buy the earrings. And then the pendant with the tuxedo cap was also going to be like another $70. And we're like, that's so much money. We can't spend that much money. We'll come back. We'll come back for the tuxedo cat. And then this tuxedo cat got sold and we never saw it again. We have this photo here. We have this photo here specifically because we lament. We lament over the fact that we never bought this thing. I know. It's fucking terrible. And so later we found a thing, right? Look at this thing. It's a it's again, a tuxedo cat and it has a little dangly, jewelry on it. It's really cute. It's really cute, but it's also painted. It's not quite the same, you know, like this one is very much the same as the pewter cats. So it's not quite a matching set, but it's very similar. This one, not so much, but it gets the job done. And we were like desperate. We were desperate to have a tuxedo cat pendant. And so when we saw this, we were like, all right, you know what? Yeah, $65 or whatever, we'll buy it. And we bought it. And it was just like, We don't actually wear this pendant that much. It's cute, but it's a little too, I mean, you know, the dangly bits here. It's a little too much for us. And I don't know, the way it's kind of painted, I wish it was better. We wished for the original, the OG. We want this one, right? We want this one. So we found it. We found it. We finally found it. It came back in stock, and so we bought it immediately. No questions asked. We were like, you know what? Yeah, we need this thing. We needed this thing. So yeah, now we have the full set. Yeah. So for official things, for nice occasions, we will show up in our full regalia, in our cat glasses. That, by the way, if you ever wondered, yes, these eyeglasses are literally what we wear in real life. So if you ever see a girl with these on, do not acknowledge us. Keep walking. Ignore us. And also, we might be wearing one of these. Or some of these. Yeah. Ah! Yes. That's our life. Look at these. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Ah! It's ours now. This is ours. This is all ours. Ah! We're so happy about this. We're honestly pretty fucking happy about these guys. Man. Man. Anyway, aside from that, we did our regular food stuff. Bought some beer. The rare and singular occasion where we will actually drink in the city. We will have one single beer. Because the beer booth guys are hilarious. The beer booth guys are all constantly telling you to buy beer. You can't help but say, sure, let me buy a beer. You will pass by the beer booth and they will be like, you like wearing a shirt, don't you? Well, you know what goes well with wearing shirts? Beer. Oh, you have a stroller with a kid? The kid can't have a beer, but you can have a beer. The pastry looks delicious. And of course, yes. This is called a taiko manju or gozasoro or imagawa yaki or oban yaki or taiko manju or yeah, there's like 5 billion names for this thing, but essentially it's 2 pancakes with red bean in between them, and it's delicious. We bought a dozen of them because this shit's good. Actually, there's a reason why we bought a dozen of them. We actually met up with a friend and we were gonna share some with her, and then our friend never took some, so we ended up with all 12. And we also bought a few extra just in case we ran into people and just was like, hey, want this? Because you know what really Pog mode? Yeah, Pog. Oh. Yeah. You know what's a great way during a festival if you're trying to network with people? You just carry food around and just hand them to people that you want to network with and just be like, hey, I remember you exist. Have some food, and they'll remember you and they'll like you. Unfortunately, we bought these at the tail end, so we didn't really run into people. We didn't really do with, yeah, grandma strats, exactly. We're very grandma coded. So we went home with a full dozen of these things, and honestly, we don't care because fuck it. These are delicious. So we shared it with Mama Cat and Papa Cat, and we all had a blast eating them. They are delicious. They are probably my favorite festival food. The one thing that we will say has no downsides from the festival. Because like even the burger is soaked in teriyaki sauce and they're delicious, but the second they get a little too cold, then it's kind of a miserable burger, right? But like as long as you get it hot and you eat it immediately, it's fine. It's a great burger. These things, hot, cold, frozen, you can even freeze them if you buy too many of them, and you can just be like, go into the freezer. They go. They did not make it into the freezer this year, but delicious. Yeah, food. What we did buy, however, is this t-shirt. It's cat. It's also Valkyrie themed. We don't watch basketball, but you know what? We'll buy it. We'll wear it. It's good. This is good. Valkyries. And then we bought one of these coats because okay, so here's the thing. We go to a bunch of cultural things, right? we never have a very cultural coat to wear casually, especially to like festivals and stuff. So we felt like we needed a coat that we can just casually wear to a festival, especially like in the summer, and it will blend in. One of the other things, one of the big issues that we feel a tiny bit self-conscious about is our default jacket that we wear while on the job and doing things is we have a Omocat jumper, or is it a jumper? Jacket? Bomber jacket? What do we call those? And it is, I mean, it's a tasteful shirt. It's tasteful for sure. But how do we put it? There is a bug lady sprouting out of rot with mandibles on the back, and it's not very work friendly, or at least kid friendly. I always kind of worry that if we wear that in a public space and we're trying to be professional, that people are gonna look at that and think that bitch is trying to be something. She's trying so fucking hard. And so, like, we need something that blends in a little bit more. So we bought a little coat with a light coat with cats on it. We can just wear it. People will know us as the cat lady because we're already the cat lady. And it'll be nice. It's really cute. It's very simple. Blue, white, poppy coat. The problem is, I looked up their site after we purchased it. It's good because it's like, oh, this is all cute stuff. Like, do you have an online presence and stuff? And they're like, oh yeah, just go to this website and this is all our stuff. And it's like, oh cool, okay, let me check it out. And we went to the website, and the first thing we see is, let's namaslay. And we immediately felt this entire wave of just remorse, shame. Like, we feel like we've been fooled. A sense of emptiness. We're still feeling it. Namaslay? Oh, we made a mistake. But at least it's cute. And no one has to know about the Namaslay, but we'll know. We'll always know. Has not been fooled. I know. You're known as the cat lady, but in a different way. Yeah, you date a bunch of cats. You own a bunch of cats. You take care of a bunch of cats. You take care of me. Honestly, yeah, you are the cat lady. We are the cat goddess, for that matter. Folks don't know that we're the cat goddess, though, because, if they knew that they were in the presence of greatness, they'd start doing things weird because it's like, oh no, you're with the cat goddess. You gotta be very, very, you gotta bow down. It's like, we don't want that. Just treat us normally. Unless we're in a goddess, patron situation, then you should, like, play it up a bit. But that's on stream, right? Don't do that in public. Don't do that in public. That's weird. I don't want people worshiping me in the streets. Just worship me in the sheets. Actually, don't do that in the sheets either. Just worship me online. Worship me. Okay. Normal in the streets. Complete strangers in the sheets. And worshipped in the skeets. There we go. There we go. Ha! We got it. Saved it. Anyway. Check out this cat. By the way, did you know that we love this cat? Okay, we don't. Okay. So, this is a good cat. Yes, this is a very good cat. So for those of you who have not been following, perhaps about a year ago, yeah, a little over a year, because this cat is probably, yeah, we met this cat probably about a year and a half or so ago, just as a little kitten. He was just wandering around our neighborhood, and he liked coming into our yard, and we hung out. And for a stray, very, very, you know, friendly, right? No collar, but very friendly, comes up to us for pets. You know, we started kind of sort of feeding it with snacks, and, you know, we were ready to adopt this cat. We were about to steal this cat when we found out, after we put on a flea collar, that it is actually our neighbor's cat. Our neighbor owns this cat, has it chipped, no collar, outdoor cat. Apparently goes around eating other people's. Everyone in our neighborhood was feeding this cat, but we probably fed it the least, and it still came back to us. So we were about to say this is our cat. But unfortunately, apparently our neighbors have laid permanent claim and have named him and everything. And, you know, was meant to teach their like young son how to care for animals. And so we were like, fine, okay, we'll give up our right to this cat. We're not going to steal your cat, especially if it's, you know, especially if he's microchipped. That means they probably can track me, and that if we steal the cat, you know, they'll probably try to be mad at me, and I don't want that. So we gave up, and we let them go. And we also were like, you know what? The best thing for this cat is to not be outdoors, because outdoor cats kill wildlife. Outdoor cats get run over. You should not keep your cats outdoors. Okay? But yes, he is a little cheater. He's an adorable little cheater. And he is technically my cheater. You think your neighborhood cat is someone's because he looks so clean compared to the others that walk through? But you did name him Aragon. See, that's a nice name. Oh, by the way, our neighbors named him Wrangler. And I'm like, sure, Wrangler. Also, my neighbors are very, you know, yeah, they would name a cat Wrangler. Like a Jeep Wrangler. That checks out for my neighbors. We were calling him Zutsu after the Japanese word Zutsuki, like headbutt. We named him Headbutt because when he was a kitten, he would headbutt us constantly for attention. And so we loved him, but he is not ours. But yes, look at his little pink beans. He has like a little black bean in his pink beans. He's got very cute eyes. He's got a very nice coat. A little dirty usually because he's constantly rolling around in dirt. He spends more time outdoors than indoors, probably, honestly. And he was looking a little slim, so I'm honestly like, are they feeding this cat? I don't even know. I don't fucking know. We don't fucking know. But yeah, he showed up. He showed up in our yard the other week, and he just hung out. Oh, right. We should probably. There we go. We just hung out for a while, right? Like old times, and you know, we caught up. You know, we pet, we gave them some treats. We gave him some treats, and it was nice. Did you get the chip scanned? No, because no. So what happened was, kickback more like Kit Kat. So what happened was, we put a flea collar on, and we were about to start like figuring out how to trap him, to take him to a vet to get him scanned and stuff. And that's when he came back with a note on the flea collar saying, "This is actually our cat, hands off." And I'm like, oh, okay. And so it had a phone number on it, and we called the phone number. We talked with our neighbors, and we established everything. And we're like, okay, fine. We understand now. Yeah. Anyway, we were hanging out with this cat. And then he pounced and caught a pigeon right in front of us. And just went like, what the fuck? Also, the pigeon was living in our rafters. Yeah, now you remember this thread. And we're like, oh, because our papa cat really liked this bird. And so now he's banned from our yard forever because he murdered our neighbor pigeon. We love you, Wrangler, but we can't have you around because you're a problem to the wildlife and you're going to murder our pigeons that roost in our backyard. It's going to be terrible. Please don't do that ever again. No, but we can't really fault you for that. It is the fault of your owners who we just let you live. Anyway, we're in ads. BRB, we'll be back from ads. Just whiz by, and I'm like, okay. I wish the hot dog would hit us.
Can I change my job? Oh.
No! Absolutely not! I'm out.
No, you can't leave.
I'm out.
I just wanted to promise that our life together will always be as explosive as our wedding day.
I'm out.
Wait, why am I not? Oh wait, I can go wherever. Wait.
We swear We swear those videos are supposed to be random, but it somehow plays the same ones over and over again. We should probably figure out what's wrong. Or maybe it was like a OBS update or something. I don't know. Alright, anyway. Yeah. Wrangler, why did you have to make my life so much harder? You're no longer welcome. And we were hoping that we could maybe like sneak you into my house once in a while, but no. You are absolutely catsona non grata in our abode because Papa Cat now hates your guts. Oh. It was a pretty metal photo though. We censored it because we don't want to subject anyone to a dead pigeon. Also the fact that we got a photo of this guy, this fucking pigeon in his mouth, pretty fucking metal. That's the thing about outside cats, they murder everything. We haven't seen him around since then. So maybe he chilled out, is hanging out at home. We hope. Anyway, speaking of dead animals, we went to a Buddhist pet memorial ceremony, because we were our friend's cat passed. My college roommate's cat passed away, and my college roommate got the cat right after we moved out and graduated and moved out of that apartment. But we stayed friends, so we hang out and got to know this cat, this wonderful cat that we've known for 16 years. Wow. So we did, another friend knew about pet ceremony that they do for memorials, and so we went to Berkeley and attended it. It was nice. It's very much a normal service. We also realized that we're very much not a religious person, religious cat. Meow meow. Look at this guy. Good orange cat. Lovely orange cat. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. And then after that we had pizza. We went to Nick's Pizza. Interesting place. Pizza by the slice. Various things. Pepperoni pizza. That was good. Don't know if we have anything really else to say here. I mean, at this point where we're just kind of going like, oh, we just did this and we did this and we did this and we did this, but it was fun. Like going from pet service to pizza was kind of like, well, it's a good way to wind down, I guess. It worked out. But the thing is, like, my friends wanted to also hang out in Berkeley area for a bit. So after pizza, we went for we went for some of this tea. We went to a tea place, and while going to the tea place, we found Melt Me, and Melt Me was like, oh, they do like some interesting ice cream flavors, so we decided to go there. We got ourselves the yuzu sorbet. Yeah, yuzu honey sorbet. It was very good. It was pretty good. Exactly what you would expect from a yuzu sorbet, and very lightly sweetened with the honey. As it says right here, it is very girlfriend. Absolutely girlfriend. Yeah. And also you could get sprinkle for free. Just one. The sprinkle is free. but only one. If you want more than one, you gotta pay for it. It was nice. Melt Me was... You know, we will probably make an effort to go back here if we ever have the chance. Just like the matcha place. Delicious. Do I at least get to pick my sprinkle color? No. You're going to get your sprinkle, and you're gonna like it. Now, if you really do not like yellow, tough luck. It's okay. You can pay a little bit extra. You can get a red sprinkle. Maybe a blue one. A green. You can have all of them. You can have all of them. If you pay a merely 25 cents, we will give you all the sprinkles you want. Within reason. 25 cents worth of sprinkles. Yeah. So that was that weekend. And then the next weekend, because we are fucking busy. Have we mentioned that we had basically no free time whatsoever? Because we are constantly going to different things. So yeah, the next weekend after that, which was last Saturday, we went to Cupertino for their Cherry Blossom Festival, because we go to every single festival or something, I guess. Partially for work, partially for our own edification. Once again, it was raining. Of course, it's raining. But it was fine. Half of this festival was indoors, so we got to hang out. We got to see a bunch of dogs. Shiba dogs. They're adorable. Somewhat aggressive dogs. If you ever thought that, you know, Shiba dogs and Akita dogs are really adorable and you should buy one, no, you should not, because they're incredible assholes. But also, these were the nice ones. These were very nice little doggies. The shippers, yeah. And also, you can get like a Shiba, Maneki Shiba. Is that what you call them? Weird, wild, incredible concept. But yeah, these are, well, that's like the other stuff. But we also saw like sword stuff. This is like, okay, oh, you know what's cool? You know what's cool? This is a flower arrangement in a giant pot. A huge fucking forest of flowers. Amazing. That was pretty fun. That was pretty cool. But yeah. We did that for a weekend. It was nice. Took our mom. Saw some stuff. Became cultured. Yeah. You know. What else did we do? Oh, and then after that, we hung out, and my mom... Okay, so, like, Mama Cat and I went to Cupertino, and of course it's raining, so we're just kind of like, oh, there's not much going on. Hey, Sash. Hey, a friend. We're talking about how we had a wonderful time seeing a shiver and eating a sprinkle and going to pet ceremony and a cat eating a bird. Anyway, so yeah, it was raining and it was like, ugh. Well, that was a short sleep. Oh, yeah, it's only been like 2 hours. Hope you got some rest. Please do rest if you need to, you know? Please, unless you're like on like a weird sleep schedule, like one of those things where you sleep 2-3 hours a day in like multiple segments. Do try to rest. I didn't hear there's now a top boom. Yep, you can be. Tops are now in high demand. Anyway, so yeah, we went to, well, we just randomly Googled, because we don't know what what's in Cupertino? We've never been to Cupertino. Well, we've been to Cupertino, but we don't really hang out in Cupertino. And so we were like, what's here? And we found out there's a Shuyi. We don't know what it is, but it said grass jelly, and we do like grass jelly. That's right, Beyblades. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay, you know what? The festival was kind of rained out. It was a little miserable. Let's sit down, have a boba before driving home, because it's going to be like an hour drive through the rain. Well, not rain. It was kind of miserable, but not quite rain. And so we're like, let's go get some boba. And so we got this boba. This place is weird. We went for the grass jelly because we were in the mood for grass jelly. And to be clear, they did not disappoint. They did not disappoint with the grass jelly. There was plenty of grass jelly in there. They also put peanut in there. Peanut crumble, raisin. I mean, okay, here we go. Boop. The signature grass jelly milk tea. And it's like peanut crumble and salted milk and tea plus red bean plus like boba plus, I hope it's better than Tsubaki milk tea. I don't know. Well, I mean, I've never had Tsubaki milk tea, so I don't know what that is. But this thing had fucking everything in it. And the most interesting thing was we're sucking up pieces of peanut crumble and raisin. And we're like, this is an incredibly interesting mouthfeel, but it's all right. We appreciate this. This had a lot going on. That's a tea parfait. Yeah, honestly, it was a tea parfait. Pretty good. It was nice. So yeah, had that. That was good. I wish... I don't know what I'm wishing. I wish this place was closer so that we could, like, try it again and, like, get a better idea or something, I guess. Anyway. The next day we had to go to a funeral, and this image has nothing to do with the funeral. And that's when we got food poisoning, etc., etc. We almost died. We don't have any other photos added to this because that's when we finished our presentation. We have a few more photos that we could have shared, but like honestly, what do you want? This past week has been just work. I guess we can show you more pictures. No, we're not showing you more pictures. No. We should cut this off. Anyway, the reason why we have this, we want you to know that we found mint chocolate soju. I don't know. Do you ever look at something and feel like it's a terrible idea? But you can't deny the fact that it's highly interesting. It feels like it's worth it. Released slideshow director's cut. I mean, we can add a few more photos. Hold on a sec. Boop-a-doop. Do-do-do-do. Okay, let me control new, open up our photo bank, make sure we're not doing anything. But anyway, yeah. Did you buy any? Did it poison you? It did not poison us because we haven't drunk any. We did buy a bottle though, and we're probably going to drink it on stream because that would be really funny. And don't worry, it's going to be a healthy stream in the sense that we will drink maybe a sip or two and you will not see us crash out because we're no longer 20,000 years old. We are 11,000 years old. We are very old. We cannot handle that kind of violence on our bodies. Let's see. Do we have anything worth adding? I mean, okay. I mean, we can. Is this it? Yeah, that's something. Could show you. Oh, yes. So we wound up going to work yesterday in the middle of blah, 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 blah. We had to drive out. Oh yeah, if in case you missed it on Thursday night we did stream, and we talked about the fact that we had to drive 2 hours out to the middle of nowhere. Not really the middle of nowhere, but we had to drive 2 hours out to our job site and do some reporting on a thing that was just like, we're gonna die. So yeah, we traveled out and had to do a bunch of things during rush hour and the whole thing. Funny thing is, like, it took us 2 hours to get there, or an hour and a half to get there, and we left early enough so that we would arrive on time. But apparently everyone else got there late as well, so we wound up putzing around for an extra half hour anyway, which is kind of the story of our lives, I guess. And anyway, we were in the thing, and so... Do we have photos? Yes, we do have photos. Hello. Copy here. Yeah, let's copy those. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, good. What a time to come back. Welcome back. Yeah, so we're going to be drinking soju on a stream eventually. It's fine. Don't worry about that, Lena. It'll be fun. There will be some fun times. The cursed beverage, exactly. And then I don't think any of these are necessarily going to be photo worthy. Not in the sense that they're not like photos worth sharing per se. Yeah. Jones Soda Minto Coco. Yeah. Can the Twitch TOS get you for that? For what? Showing the alcohol? Or like us getting drunk on stream? You know, that's a good point. We might... I mean, so that's the thing, right? We're not going to make it a redeem, and we're not going to encourage unhealthy behavior. We will likely just take a sip or two and go, oh my god, that's god awful, and then move on. Because that is kind of how we run with alcohol in general. Anyway, okay, here we go. Let me add these images to this wonderful... Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Add files. I think that's all of them. That's probably all of them. Yeah, basically, we're not going to like hurt ourselves drinking. So, all right, because we're actually very responsible drinkers. We spent many years being unhealthy at drinking, but we're now much more healthier. Anyway, okay, quick recap. We ate sushi, we ate a bunch of food, we ate shibuku pibir, we shared our Pokemon cards, we went to sushi and spent hundreds of dollars and made a very, very skilled chef make the cheapest thing on the that isn't even on the menu. We had miso soup, we had handmade apple sorbet, we had pancakes, we had waffles, we made our girlfriend drink fancy coffee. Fat Pikachu, exactly. Alcohol doesn't taste good to you, so you don't drink. It's not so much the alcohol that's the thing, but we do like the smokiness of like bourbon and whiskey sometimes. And like if it's bad alcohol, like oh god no. But like sometimes we enjoy the more complex steaks. We also like mixed drinks, and we also like wine. We also we're partial to like lighter beers. We don't like pale ales because those are just bitter. You love smoky Japanese whiskey. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, exactly. Whiskeys tend to be a little bit more smokier. I think our favorite whiskey is Old Parr, which is a, I believe Scottish whiskey. Yeah. Comes in a very distinct bottle and very sweet, very delicious. PT Scotch in the house. Ooh, lovely. That's lovely. And we also drink absinthe because we actually like the taste of licorice. And we like to say we like drinking absinthe because everyone else always constantly goes, "Are you insane?" And we're like, yes. We should drink absinthe sometimes. We've more or less stopped drinking because we don't like being drunk when we need to do anything. So it's literally like we only will drink when we have nothing to do, and we can be zero thoughts, head empty, and that does not happen very often. So we end up never drinking. Anyway, we talked about our parking spot. We talked about our burger drenched in sauce. We talked about the new accessories we bought. We talked about pancakes. We talked about Namaste. We talked about the dead bird. We talked about the dead cat. We talked about my friends and I going out to get food. We talked about a day out and meeting a shibi. And then we talked about more stuff. And then we're back here at the Mint Choco. Anyway, okay, here we go. Wow. Have you seen the green absinthe fairy? No. I mean, I'm sure we'd chill if we ever met, but no. So, okay, we went to History Park in San Jose, which is really cool. It's this little town. It's a park. It's a park, but it's like they have all these historic buildings that they've either reconstructed or moved, like literally just plopped out of their foundations and plopped back down in this little tiny fake town where people tell the story of, you know, the area's history. And so we were there for like a special thing the other day. For an unveiling, not really an unveiling, like an announcement, you know, a bunch of important people showed up and stuff, and we worked there. We worked that event. But it's a really cute place, and you know, they have a bunch of old things. An old radio tower. That's cool. And like a recreation of a hotel, and stuff like that. It was really fun. It was nice. It was a nice time out. Yeah, that is a cool radio tower, right? Yeah. It's just sitting in the middle of the street too, and it's like, wow. Why is this here? Could this... And we think it's actually broadcasting a little bit, to be honest. Are you sure that is a radio tower and not an enemy strand? stand. Yes, it's definitely a radio tower. That's what they told me. Also, we had this chili dog. We cannot just not talk about a chili dog that we had, right? So of course we had to include this photo. I had this chili dog earlier this week. Pretty good. That's one sloppy glizzy, yeah. It's just cheese and chili and onion and a hot dog. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Oh, okay. So actually, photos are kind of mixed up because we took these on our iPhone, and this is our regular phone. And so this is like before this, but the same day. So since we're down in San Jose, and we're almost never in San Jose, we stopped by a Japanese restaurant and had lunch there. And you know how we talked about how there's like no place that's just like, it's a Japanese restaurant run by Japanese people, but it's not like a bougie place that's Instagram worthy. You're just going there for good, authentic food. It's like it's not there to impress you, but it's also just there to make you feel comfortable. This is one of those restaurants, the few that remain in the area, because San Jose has not succumbed to tech billionaire fucking whimsy for the most part. And so, you know what we had there? We didn't have umekyu. We did not have umekyu because we did not have sushi there. We had ourselves oh, actually, no. Well, yeah, that too. We had a salad. It just comes with a salad. Food comes with a salad. We ordered a Sprite. We felt fancy. We got ourselves a Sprite. But yeah, oh yeah, anyway. It's just a place. Right? You just eat here. It's just like, it's not fancy. You just come in for lunch and you can sit down and eat. And so we ordered curry. Cuts curry. Look at how fucking huge this thing is. Also, like, fucking just curry and Sprite. Yeah, don't judge. Don't judge. I like the fact that they give you tea when you sit down. You know a place is legit when they just serve you hot tea, and not water, hot tea, and it's just like, fuck you. It is hot out. No, you're still getting tea. It's like, okay, sure. And also, they serve you miso soup even though you ordered curry. Like, it's so confusing. Like, why? It doesn't... Why would you have miso curry or miso soup with your curry? But it just works. It's like, well, you know what? Sure. I paid for this. You love Sprite? I mean, Sprite's good, yeah. The katsu looks perfect. I know. Okay, so here's the thing. This was really good katsu. You could just use your spoon and just cut a cutlet in half. It was that good. It was juicy. It was crisp on the outside, but with the curry sauce, it's just it was good. We enjoyed that. This was good curry. This was a perfect choice. We were like, do we want to buy teriyaki chicken lunchbox bento? Maybe. Do we want? No. You know what? No. Fuck that. Curry rice. Cuts curry. Bam. No frills. Is curry plus Sprite supposed to be a bad combo? I mean, it's not a bad combo. Technically, if you were eating curry rice, it's best to just have water. Because, curry is such a strong flavor that you just have a glass of ice water and that's enough. But I don't care. Also, okay, if you're really traditional, if you're super traditional, we actually got taught in terms of etiquette that you're not even supposed to have soda with sushi. So like, you shouldn't have any soda with your tuna. We don't adhere to that. Well, we adhere to that rule, but we also don't like tell people to follow that rule because that rule is more or less bullshit. But yeah, not fine dining, but like super strict Japanese traditional etiquette tells you no soda, only tea, maybe water. And I'm like, okay, grandma, fine. Let's see. You found a Gemma place for sure. Well, I mean, it's not really we found it. We knew this place existed, so we made it a point to come here. Because we were in the neighborhood and we were seldom over here. And damn it, this was a good decision. Anyway, you gotta have your essentials. Rice was already in there, so the miso has to come separately. Technically, yes, but also curry rice as a bowl is like, there's enough there. There's enough there that you don't even need the miso. We don't need a soup. All you need is a bowl of curry rice with some cutlets. And I mean, okay, it was just curry, so there's not like a whole lot of, you know, potato or carrots or onions kind of in there. I mean, there was a few things. I think there was like a few, actually, yeah, I think there was some, onion in the curry. That's like this stuff here. Let me see. Right here. Like, you see this thing? We think that was pretty much onion. We can't tell. We don't judge. We just eat things and just say it's good. But that's all you need for curry. For a plate of curry. You don't need to be fancy. You don't need stuff. The salad, honestly, we had salad. Salad was enough. Anyway, that was a good lunch. We splurged a tiny bit, but it was fine. We drove 2 hours. We drove 2 hours to do a job. It's fine. This is our little treat culture that still lives in us because we somehow still have disposable income. And after that, later that night, we went on a side quest. Honestly, actually, hold on. Did that thing ever come through? The emote is still not here. The emote is still not here. I'm kind of hoping they get it to me soon. Anyway, we went to a Jollibee for dinner. We had to. Okay, here's the other thing though. We drove all the way to San Jose to do work. That's like a 2-hour drive for us. In traffic. Usually it's less, but also like in traffic. And also and then we drove an hour plus back up to San Francisco to go to our work and do a bunch of work, send a bunch of emails, talk with our editor, do a bunch of things, cause some trouble, and then we're like, all right, time to go home. And we managed to get out like 7 p.m. So it's like, okay, we still have time, but we haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to fucking Jollibee and getting this fucking side quest done. So we bought ourselves a meal. And it was, you know, I'll say this. They're good. Jollibee's is good generally. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Jollibee's. It's good fried chicken. Compared to like Kentucky Fried Chicken or even El Pollo Loco, like, oh, El Pollo Loco for one isn't even fried chicken. That's mostly roast chicken, but also it's like fast food roast chicken, and damn, they do not care about how well they cook their meat sometimes. At least the one near me, anyway. You tried Jollibee today for dinner. We will have a side quest. Yeah. Anyway, it wasn't bad. I mean, yeah, the quality of the food was fine. We will say this: the soda fountain was just water. We should have probably ordered a proper drink rather than a soda fountain soda, because it was just soda water. Also, it was like getting towards closing, so no one was wiping down tables. The trash cans were overflowing. Everything was miserable. Everyone is tired, and we're just kind of like sitting there going like, boy howdy, I am sitting in Greece. But we got our side quest done. We sent in the information. We sold our soul to Jollibee, so they'll be emailing us nonstop about their wonderful deals, and hopefully we will give ourselves. That just sounds like San Jose. Yeah, that's fair actually. This probably would have happened at any establishment. We could have gone to Wiener Schnitzel and gotten the same deal, but like, you know, it was an experience. Anyway, we'll hopefully get the emote. We'll enjoy the emote later. That will be our life. And I think for that is definitely the end. This has been Chiaki Crashed Out and Spent Too Much Money. Time to make it all a tax write-off. Hope you enjoyed that. Any questions? So this has been our life for the last 2 months or so. Just busy eating and girlfriend. That's our life. Hopefully we can get back to like a modicum of some kind of regular streaming from here on out, now that we aren't constantly doing things every weekend and being called out to do things and doing high stress things and having existential crises and yeah. The good news, however, is that we should be getting our lore video done soon. So that's coming down the pipeline, hopefully. Yes, absolutely. And then also we need to check in on this, but our new model should be starting work soon. So we actually, you know what, we'll probably do like a 2.5 model extravaganza thing with everything, lore video, reveal, new art, etc., etc. It's gonna be fun, but that's probably not for another month or so at least. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for listening to us blab for like nearly 4 hours and like nonstop, and still somehow find us interesting. All right, let's see who is online. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Thank you for streaming. Well, thank you for audiencing. Yeah. Who is online? Oh, you know what? We got Harutomo playing Pokemon Pokopia. Pokopia is wonderful. It is the best game, obviously. So, we're gonna raid Harutomo. I'm sure that will be a fine person to raid into. And Cats to Cats raid, exactly. You know what? That is going to be our raid message because we were wondering what to do. Okay, so raid Harutomo and Cat to Cat raid. And you can use the Nya emote. There we go. Cat to cat raid. That's probably enough cat to cat raids. Thank you so much for joining. We will probably stream again sometime in the near future at some point, probably, who knows. And it'll be fun. It'll be great. It'll probably be Mahjong. And also we'll probably try to actually start playing other games and setting up a schedule again. But don't actually hold your breath on that because we always lie and we're always inundated with work and we can never actually hold a schedule to save our lives unless we are getting paid for it. And this is a hobby. If we start treating this as a professional career, we will die. Have a good night, y'all. And thank you all for coming. It was really fun.